Baby. Live. Here we are at Alen A. Happy to be here. The party is already underway. Hooting and hollering's going down. We've got big leads already. We've got a 13
I think the first half over may have just hit.
I'll tell you what, Danny, I got here a little early today, and first game started at 9:15.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State took a shot, missed the basket, and I heard 3 people cheer. We're already off and running.
I mean, it's going to be, it's fun, it's diabolical. It's all of the things out here as we're out here at Tom's Lunch Bar at Alen A, and shout out to them for having us out here as always. This is one of the best things imaginable for us every year. It's a ton of fun. The joy you're hearing right now is because TCU is up 15 at the half against Ohio State. Suck it, Buckeyes.
Suck it, Buckeyes. That was a 2.5-point spread. Yeah, Patrick Harris here with you. That's Danny Meringue to my left. Shout out to Josh, our engineer, who came in early to get things done. Rufio's down here hanging out with us. This place is building. The energy's getting there.
I mean, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's already packed.
It's already packed. And
usually Thursday's the light day.
Thursday is because, Friday, you can play hooky a little easier that day. I don't even feel like I'm working right now, Danny.
No, just because we're not. We're not normally working to begin with, but this is even more so that. And once the credit card gets here and we're able to eat, that's even more fun.
Is that a call out?
No. I'm just saying in general. Once the credit card gets here and we're able to eat, that's like the food here is good. I'm debating. I have a reservation across the hall.
The old 23 steakhouse.
The old 23 steakhouse. We'll see if we end up using it or not.
There should be the happy hour at the Michael Jordan Steakhouse should be like the 45.
Oh, there you go.
If you get a discount, it's the 45 steakhouse instead of the 23 steakhouse. That would be where it's at.
It's not full Michael Jordan.
It's not full Jordan.
Or it's the Wizards.
Ooh, Wizards.
Happy hour is like a Wizards.
Wizards are like late night happy hour.
There you go.
Late night happy hour.
Sideways.
It's just chicken strips and tequila and cigars. That's it. Maybe a little of that ganja.
No, it's got to be pizza because obviously the flu game.
Right, pizza.
The infamous pizza where he's poisoned.
Got poisoned by pizza, his tequila, cigars, and whatever makes your eyes super bloodshot.
Tequila. That's what that was. This is a little twist we have here. We have the sportsbook MC.
This is crazy.
Like that's a new thing.
He's like hyping it up. He said earlier, and I was wondering, as somebody who says something that makes my boss go, what did he just say?
Mm-hmm.
Many times he said, I hope the casino goes broke tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if you could say that out loud, amigo.
Well, he can say that out loud because it's never actually happened.
It's never going to happen.
So that's the reality of that as I sit here and watch a line of people at both the counter and the kiosks.
Fan Madness is back. We're here live with it. Don't miss a minute of the action. We're here tomorrow and today as well. Luke Anderson will be in at 1 o'clock to do 2 hours of the Fan Happy Hour. Isaac and Suk, 3 and 7. And then all 4 shows will be live tomorrow from here. Kudos to Dirt and Sprague for holding the fort down back home. Thanks, guys.
Well, yeah, they didn't want to get up that early and come all the way out here.
Chickens.
I mean, I get it. They'll pop in here usually around like 4 to 6, somewhere in that range, depending when they can avoid the traffic, and figure it out from there.
But we couldn't be here without our friends at Window Nation, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Cricket Wireless, Video Only, and of course, Tom's Watch Bar, Alen A. The whole crew here, they're always fantastic to us. We love this place. I never thought, Danny, as a non-gambling kind of guy, I'm just not really a casino guy in general.
Sure.
I never thought I would enjoy this place as much as I do.
It's fun. This is like there's 2 trips that I've made over the years that have been kind of they become ritualistic in a sense of like going to Vegas for Summer League and come up here for March Madness and the NCAA tournament and everything that kind of comes along with that. It's one of those things where I don't really gamble in general. But when I would come up here, I would. When I go to Vegas, I'd put a bet down on a season over, that I would cash back out when I came back down the next year. Mm-hmm. Like it would just sit in my wallet, like, oh, make sure to grab that when you head back down. It was like one of those kind of things. But
how long do you get till you have to cash a ticket?
Oh, I mean, it depends on if it's a year-long bet.
Oh, right.
So it's like Vegas is Summer League is in July and NBA futures are out, which is what happened. I've talked about it before. The 2015-16 season, the over/under line for the Trailblazers was 26.5, and I thought that was laughable. So I put for me, a very sizable bet down.
Large.
And it cashed. And when I went to Summer League the next year, I went and waddled my baby Huey Bud up to the counter and said, I would like to cash this.
That is true. Last year I was here at this time hanging out with you guys. I put the futures bet on the Cleveland Guardians winning the division.
And you were feeling all good.
And I walked in like October 3rd with the wife, and we came up and we had a little food and hung out.
Yeah, but see, you were in the in-between period, you were not feeling good because you started doing the show with me in July, and you were like, I have this stupid ticket that I bet this money, and I'm just going to throw it away.
Well, in the year before I'd put money, I saw the Yankee over-under win total was 91.5, so this is 2 seasons ago, and I was like, absolutely not. Those losers are not winning that many games. This team looks like garbage. And I think I ripped that ticket up in late July. And they went to the World Series that year. So
they're pretty good.
Whoopsies on that one. So I'm 1 for 1 on that. I think, this being in my backyard, like this is truly my backyard.
I am not.
Almost over a third of my commute was my house to I-5. I think it's 11 minutes from I-5 to here from my house.
Wow.
And like
how long
5.
How long did it actually take you to get here?
16 minutes.
I hate you so much.
Yeah. It's pretty great. I'm lucky.
Golly.
So I think maybe that's why I have a little more, I don't know, love and admiration for this place, because I feel like I'm at home. This is my town. Southwest Washington for life. Represent.
It was 57 minutes for me to get here, and that was...
Hey, that's not bad. Under an hour, not bad.
We were going quick. We were going quick.
I imagine you were going quick.
Shout out. Look, there's not a lot of things I like about being up in the state of Washington, but one of them that I will always champion, 70-mile-an-hour speed limits, baby.
We don't mess around here, dude. We got places to go.
None of that 55, 60 nonsense.
Also, this is a funny thing. I know you don't partake in this, but it's more the casual observation stuff. Look, everybody knows when you listen to this show, I went to the great Washington State University. Pullman, Washington is one of my favorite places on planet Earth. It's like a Disneyland, or as I always call it, Neverland, because you don't have to grow up. And if you do grow up and you still live there, you're just a pirate. But I don't know if I have seen more drunk people than I have here.
Well, yeah, it's a casino at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I saw somebody...
Did you see the car that was parked out front in the very front parking spot?
No.
Where the back window is blown out and taped up and the rims are scraped? I'm like, you got here early and you have that car? Bud.
Do we need to talk to somebody?
I mean, it's not do we, it's who do we need to talk to?
Yeah, preschool and I, we came up here to cash that Guardians ticket, and it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and there was a guy with his partner, and his girlfriend was maybe a third of his size, trying to hold him up. And we were just looking at this guy. Well. We were like, oh my God, this guy is in big, big trouble. And then about, I don't know, an hour later, we saw him being escorted out of the building. I think that's probably the most underrated thing about being a casino, or maybe the number one thing, is you do not want to get in trouble here.
Oh no!
I would rather get in trouble in front of my mother 500 times more than do that here.
They press charges like to the fullest extent.
Dare I say I would rather...
They have speed dial to the cops.
Dare I say I would rather look at a cop in the eyes while stealing a car than do something stupid here.
When I was walking in,
As Sam Rothstein says, and I want you to use his head to open the bleeping door.
Yeah, basically, yes. When I was walking in with the Cowlitz cops, the reservation cops. Cool dude.
I'm sure they're cool dudes.
He's like, I've been doing this for 30 years, kind of, just. And I was like, how often you out here? He goes, I park my car out front.
I'll live here.
I was like, I bet you do, buddy.
Do you get free food? Does this casino hook you up with free food?
Yeah, you just get the buffet action. That's what really set this place off. Give me a buffet.
Oh, that might be the last thing, because look, there's card games here, there's video, there's sports. I love this sports book. Look, I was in Vegas last June for my 40th, and I'd never been before. So outside of here, I'd never really been to a casino before. We stayed at the Venetian.
Do you understand why this is considered the only Vegas style casino out here?
Without a doubt. And I'll tell you what, this is a mad props to Tom's Watch Bar. I don't know if it's because I went to Caesar's Palace Sportsbook and Circa Sportsbook because I heard those are the best ones in Vegas. Yeah. And I went to look around, and I'll tell you what, it might have just been time of day or what was happening. It is June, so not a lot of action in sports.
Also, don't ever go to the sports books during the day.
I know. The vibe was gross. The vibe here is always awesome.
Yes. It's when you go to a sports book during the day in Vegas, it's like vampires in the sunlight. It's like, yeah, you're just like, oh no. The only thing that's like it's different is like if you go to the circa to the pool, like you go outdoor to the outdoor monitors and chill in the pool and that's what's up. But if you're like inside the sports book, it's like I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Like in daytime, it's like, oh, daywalker. It's like, what are you doing in here? It's like nighttime. It's a little easier to like a little more life. It's not quite the light doesn't like shine into the dark, seedy corners. You're like, I don't know what's going on in there, and I don't like it.
This is probably going to be the most duh statement you've heard from me in a while. What would it shock you if I think it's too hot in Vegas to be in the pool outside?
No.
I would be in an outside pool at Alen A right now if I could.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Because the weather outside, what is it, like 55 degrees? That's my kind of outdoor pool weather.
I mean, you don't have
a
to tell
Mai
me
Tai overcast, 55, that's heaven for P. Harris.
Let me tell you right now, I love me a lazy river with 100-degree heat.
So when we went to Vegas, I wanted to stay at Mandalay Bay because they have a lazy river. I've always wanted to do a lazy river. The wife was like, we're going to step it up, though. We're going to stay at the Palazzo because it's your birthday.
There you go.
And I was like, all right. It was too hot when we were there anyway.
Nah, it's good times.
I don't like the heat. I can't handle the heat.
Killing me.
Oakley Dokley, we got a great show for you today. It is a 10 Toes Down Thursday. We will still get down on some 10 toes, and that could be a wild litany of things. Gambling, sports, your personal life, my hotel night tonight. What shenanigans am I going to try to convince Jason Sucani to get into tonight? 10 Toes Down, we'll do that at 12:15. There's a lot to get to, so I want to talk some NBA expansion today, Danny. Tracy McGrady's been having some conversations about it. Also, there are mock expansion drafts out already, which are fascinating. And then the big news in the NBA of Cade Cunningham. We'll get to all that, but let's stick here with our friends here at Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A. Get your tickets in. Danny and I will go through our bets, what we like today, and all that kind of stuff. You can text yours in as well. That's next on 105.1 The Fan. which is hilarious because, look, the Tigers are kind of the same too. So I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling real good about this. It paid off last year, and I expect it to pay off again this year. Now, as far as how stupid our things are going to look, dude, Danny, I got one on here. I got Troy covering the 13.5, and they're losing 32-19 right now. This old parlay here might get ripped up right away.
Yeah, we were talking about bets the other day, and I told you I don't do parlays.
Right,
In the
right.
NCAA tournament, I don't touch parlays. I go single game only. I will touch money lines. I will touch spreads. Now, I will maybe entertain a little over under on a particular player's point total. Something like that. A little
DeBonsa?
Yeah.
What's DeBonsa's point total
I
at?
saw it was 20.5.
Oh, hammer
It
that.
was minus 910.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I'm good. I'm good. And that was including overtime.
How high can we bet that up?
I could probably bet up to 35, I
Okay.
bet. I think it would probably need to get to 31.5 to get plus money.
Dude, I'll bet you DeBonsa drops 35 tonight
Yeah.
at the Moda Center.
Yeah, he's played there
He's
before.
going to have to. He's going to
played there
have
before,
to.
So that one's going to be an interesting one. But, yeah, no, I've got a couple upsets in my bracket. I picked TCU straight up, and I also picked them against the spread. That I got them at 2.5, which I was like, okay. That's essentially a pick 'em for me in the NCAA tournament because it can get a little bit weird. I did end up picking South Florida over Louisville.
I think I'm going to try to, during commercial break, run over there and hit that because this parlay is about to go up in smoke.
There you go.
Because I do think, I'll bet you I'm missing the line on it now. I bet you it's moved pretty decently. Let's see. The line on that was plus 4.5 for South Florida. The money line at plus 155 on South Florida. Over under in that game is 163.5. Yikes.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's a lot of fun. And then what happens when the line's that big? When it's that big, it's volatility. And that's what you're looking at in games like this. I actually have quite a few upsets.
I love South Florida in that game. I mean, once Louisville's kid went out.
Yeah, Mikael Brown went down. It was like, that's kind of a problem for them. It's not like, it's a guy who's legitimately capable of scoring 40. He's done it this season. He's going to be a lottery pick. He's incredibly athletic and get to wherever he wants to on the floor. And in college basketball, your ability to generate offense in the half court, having a guy who's a mismatch weapon is something that really, really matters because teams will throw stuff at you that you haven't seen. These aren't teams in your league. These aren't teams you're experienced with. You've got everything that kind of comes with that, and that's why you get getting hit in the face.
Right.
That's TCU, Ohio State right now. I ended up going UCF over UCLA.
I think that's a good pick, too. I have that. I didn't put money on it. I might put money on it. I do have that in my bracket. It's weird that the 7-10s, I feel like the 10s are heavily favored, or not heavily favored, but very sneaky good picks. Did I see you put money line on Missouri?
I took Missouri as well. So the underdogs that I took, let's see, it ended up being South Florida, TCU, UCF, Iowa, Texas A&M, Utah State, Missouri. And St. Louis. Those are the underdogs that I picked. So actually quite a few, more than I typically pick, but a lot of those are 8-9 and 7-10s. So
do you have, and maybe this is a gambling aspect, maybe this is a bracket picking aspect, what is the lowest seed you have in the Sweet 16?
Lowest seed I have in the Sweet 16. Let me pull up my actual bracket because I have the live scores.
I think there's a very good chance that not a lot of people have low seeds. Do you have anybody lower than a 5th seed?
In the Sweet 16, let's see.
I have 2. Oh, I have 3. 3 5s or under. Sorry, no. Under 5. So 6 plus. I have 2.
I don't think I have any.
Well, I did the stupid thing.
I have 5s. I think that's as high as mine goes.
I have...
Nope. I do have BYU. BYU is the highest seed I have going in.
I took Texas to win that game.
I decided to go against my better judgment and go, screw it, give me DeBonsa. He can, when you've got a guy...
If he drops 45.
And that's the thing is even if he does that, they can still lose. But I chose to believe in the fun and the narrative of having a guy go out there and go, I'm the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah, pick me.
I don't believe that you should adjust your views on guys holistically in the NCAA tournament. But if you're trying to sort out Darren Peterson, AJ DeBonsa, Cam Boozer,
What do the lights look like?
And again, all three of these guys have played big-time games before in their careers, but it doesn't sit here and go, he did it or he didn't do it, but it has the capacity for me to go, he did show up in this moment. He did excel in this game. And if you're on the desk getting ready to make that pick, not that you go back to that moment, but that's just another data point that you can pull off of.
And I would, if there was one of those three guys that didn't come to play in the March Madness tournament, might hammer the money on Darren Peters.
Yeah.
Because Boozer's going to play. They got a shot at a natty. Not that Kansas doesn't, but Boozer has a real shot at a natty. And you know Shire probably wants
Duke
that
has the
more
best
than
odds
anybody.
with Michigan, then Arizona. I believe you're top three right
and
now.
Tabonsa, when you're a scorer, when you're, when you look at guys like Kevin Durant, just pure scorers, which Tabonsa is, you're just going to ball out. You're going to shoot and shoot and shoot, and if you're in a slump, you're going to keep shooting and shooting and shooting. So my money is on that as well. My low seeds that I have in the Sweet 16, Danny, I took Slick Rick to the Sweet 16.
Ooh.
I got Tennessee in the Sweet 16. I got him beating Virginia.
You sat here and told me for the last couple of days.
I've said it for the last 20 years.
I should stop taking Rick Barnes teams, and I'm not going to take Rick Barnes teams, and here you are taking a Rick Barnes team deep.
Well, I didn't take him to the Elite Eight, which I normally do. I normally talk myself into Rick Barnes in the Elite Eight. Whether he was at Texas or Tennessee, dude, that guy is my Achilles heel, has been my entire life for picking brackets.
You've got a type.
I got a type.
You got a type. You like them slick talking
used
good old
car
boys
salesman
from the South. You just love it, don't you? That's why you love Kirby.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, see, you got a type.
Do you think
you like a good old Southern boy?
Is Rick Barnes and Calvin Sampson the best bagmen to not have natties?
Yes.
Rick Barnes has to be a bagman.
Bro, come on.
I love when you give me that look. You're like, dude, are you stupid?
I mean,
they're all bagmen to an extent.
Kevin Durant is from,
Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, PG County, Maryland, that whole area. He went to Texas.
Yeah, Tejas.
A lot of guys that want to go to Texas when they're from like PG County and Baltimore and that part of the country.
To be fair, I've heard the city of Austin is great. I've never been, but I hear it's fantastic there.
Oh, yes. The 7-foot-tall black man from the Northeast who's like, I want to go to the place that's Portland South.
7 foot.
Let's keep it weird.
7 foot, $150 soaking wet when he was a kid.
Yeah.
He still is that.
But I mean, it's like, it's a lot like, a kid from Florida going, you know what I want to do? I want to go to the University of Portland and play basketball. It's like,
And
tough out here.
The last one I have, and I think I am going to go place maybe a parlay of this game in general at 9:40. Oh, I'm going to be too late.
You like burning money, don't you?
Oh, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow, my burn money is going to be on Akron over Texas Tech. I have Akron in the Sweet 16.
Oh my God!
Yeah, shout out Stephen Vaughn on that one. He talked me into Akron. I didn't even talk to him.
Picking against Tech.
I didn't even talk to him personally. I've just listened to him, and I'm like, you know what? I trust Stevie Brackets.
Didn't Stevie get his butt kicked over and over and over again by a team?
Yeah, but whatever.
Wasn't it Miami of Ohio?
They won last night. Yeah, I think everybody bet against them.
Why? They've lost once.
I'm going to bet against them tomorrow, too.
God, if you're just going to throw money away, I'll take it.
They're going to play Tennessee, dude. I got Tennessee in the Sweet.
Okay.
Slick Rick, dude.
I thought you said you were going to bet them. I was like, if you just want to throw money away, I'll take it.
We're having a blast up here. Get your tickets in. The sportsbook is open. Well, you should have a conversation probably in closing arguments or something. Do you go to the kiosk or do you go to the counter? Because I'm a firm believer in the counter. 10 toes down the counter. Ooh, let's do that in 10 toes.
There you go.
That's a good 10 toes down.
I like it.
Kiosk or the counter, because I am very passionate about that. We got a great show, a lot to get to, but let's get into the big news of the day that's kind of rocking the association, as Cade Cunningham has a collapsed lung and will be done for the foreseeable future, and how that shapes the East battle, MVP battle, All-NBA, et cetera, et cetera. We'll get to all of that next, live at Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. Over there, that's our boy Casey Smith holding it down back home with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, March Madness is officially here. Ohio State and TCU are in the midst of an 8th-9th seed clash as TCU has gotten out to an early 15-point lead. That game is just getting into the second half. 20 minutes ago, 13-seed Troy tipped off against 4-seed Nebraska as Nebraska jumps out to an early 36-21 lead. That game has 2 minutes left here in the first half. Coming up here in a few moments, Louisville will take on South Florida at 10:30 for the 10:30 tip-off, as Louisville star freshman point guard Mikael Brown Jr. will be out of the tournament opener due to a lingering back injury. At 10:50, 12-seed High Point will take on 5-seed Wisconsin. At 11:50, 16-seed Siena will take on Duke. And coming into the big nooner, McNeese State will take on Vanderbilt here at 12:15. A quick NBA note for you, as your Portland Trailblazers took down the Indiana Pacers on the road, 127-119. Donovan Clingan posted a double-double, but it was Denny Avdia leading the way once again for Portland. He posted 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Portland will take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota tomorrow at 5 p.m. And Detroit Pistons star Cade Cunningham will be sidelined for an extended period of time as he had been diagnosed with a collapsed lung. The Pistons announced this morning that Cunningham has a left lung pneumothorax and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks, meaning he will miss at least 8 games. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evening.
live at Alen A, Tom's Watch Bar. Nebraska-Troy just went to halftime, 41-25. That game seems to be in hand. We'll see if Troy puts a fight in to cover that spread. TCU up 42-30 with 15 to go in the second half over there. And Louisville, got to make sure I pronounce that right. Louisville is up early 5-2 over South Florida. We're in full action here, guys. Full action.
I'm genuinely surprised and impressed at how many people are here at 10:30 in the morning on a Thursday.
I got the black lung pop, dude. A lot of people missing work today.
Yeah, right? It's it's tough.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm playing hooky. I'm not at work. Neither are you.
No.
Work only counts if we're in the studio.
I do feel like when we're out like this, I feel like animal exhibits. You know what I mean? Everybody just kind of like, they look at us a little funny and like, what's going on here? Who are these people?
Who are you?
Why can I hear them talking? Why are they interrupting my space?
The best part is,
and we're roped off here.
My favorite part is when people have no idea what 105.1 The Fan is
Yeah.
or who we are or anything. Not that we're like cool. We're definitely not. Ask my kids. They tell me all the time. Somebody walks by and they're like, who are these idiots? Why do I have to like, these poor guys in front of us are probably like, why do I have to listen to this?
Why did I sit here?
I did see somebody got really excited when I said, we are live. As I always do in the second segment.
Like, woo!
Yeah, the guy was like, hey, he did the thing. Say the line, Bart. Say the line, Bart.
It's fun.
But it's a great turnout so far here at Alen A, Tom's Watch Bar. Get on down here. I'm going to be here all day, baby. I ain't going nowhere.
I'm doing a little back and forth.
I'm about to take my keys and throw them into the bushes and just say, I'll find you later.
Well, it's also like a $4 Uber for you.
That is true. That is true.
Probably got like a $150 Uber for me.
Well, we should look that up for funsies.
I could probably pull that up.
Yeah, let's look that up for funsies. But let's get into the big news of the day. As we do have to do a show, we can't just sit here and talk about how awesome being here is all day.
I mean, we can.
We probably could. Boss isn't here. He's probably in the car listening, going, I can hear you.
Oh, no, he's 100%
I already told him that time doesn't exist up here. Time doesn't exist in casinos.
It's a flat circle.
It is a flat circle. But let's get to the big news of the day, Danny. As Pistons star Cade Cunningham, a potential All-NBA player, potential MVP, has been sidelined for the indefinite future with a collapsed lung. Look, I'm not going to pretend to be a doctor, but anytime I hear the phrase collapsed lung, don't feel good about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it sucks. You know, Cade Cunningham had I wouldn't say the inside track, but definitely had a track on winning an MVP. The Pistons are, in line to be the number one seed.
I famously am, and I'm going to, while I'm here, put a futures bet on Cade winning the MVP next year.
The crazy thing about this is he left the game last night against the Wizards with back spasms.
Interesting.
That was the original thought, but it turned out he just couldn't breathe because he had a partially collapsed lung.
Do you know how that happens? Like, as an athlete, is it just respiratory kind of failure or something? Like you're running up and down and it just kind of goes out on you?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
Absolutely none as far as like how that part of all of the ailments I have ever suffered, not one on my list.
Yeah. You know what, Danny? If I can make it through this life without a collapsed lung, I'm going to feel pretty good about that.
Right?
I'm going to feel, even if for some reason my ticker goes out at like 62, at least my lung didn't go out. Because you're alive when you can feel that.
Yeah, no.
It'd be like, all the sympathy in the world for anybody with like that struggles with asthma. Like the idea of not breathing is terrifying.
Hard pass. And, hopefully, prayers out to Cade Cunningham. It's one of those things where you don't want anything scary like that happen to anybody. It's like Wemby when he had the blood clots, and LaMarcus when having to deal with Wolf-Parkinson's white syndrome. Like those
Zach
kind of
Wheeler's got a thing going on for the Phillies in his body as well. Chris Bosh, he went through that stuff as well.
And ultimately ended up taking his career away. Like
shout out Brooke Olzendam, the Queen of Rose City, Queen of Rip City,
who's back out there traveling with the team because she got the go ahead. So that's great to hear. But yeah, no, it's from a scary standpoint. It's like, oh damn, like that's kind of wild. You definitely don't want to see that. From a basketball standpoint, that really sucks because the Pistons are playing incredibly well, and Cade's got a track on MVP, and like that's not we talk about Denny and playing for the All-Star game and playing for an All-NBA spots. Like you take those opportunities when they come because they don't come around all that often. I saw a lot of Blazers fans like, I want Denny to rest of the All-Star game. I'm like, I don't, because you never know when you're going to get another chance to go play in an All-Star game. Like for Cade Cunningham, if this is it this season and he ends up missing the threshold, it's like Bro, are you kidding me? Like, this guy was an MVP.
It's 4 games short.
And it's
61 games.
So he's going to get, miss out on All NBA, miss out on MVP.
That's money too.
All because of something he couldn't control. It's like, it's kind of. I mean, he's already been paid, so that part of it's fine. But it's legacy stuff. And look, for my money, it's, the MVP is down to Jokic and Wemby.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are probably. If you want to say SGA, it's fine.
I'm sure SGA from a Vegas standpoint is still around.
Yeah, I think he's actually the favorite. But for me, the two most impactful players in basketball right now are Jokic and Wemby. And when you're talking about most impactful and best, like those are the two best guys, the best and most impactful players in the league. So, but Cade's right there,
mm-hmm.
and not to like besmirch Jaylen Brown, but Jaylen Brown's like he's going to at least be in the discussion. He's not going to win, but he's going to be in the discussion.
And I think that's what's crazy too. Look, if you look around, I don't want a hot take here, but like any team that loses their superstar is going to be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Dare I say though, nobody is in a worse spot with Detroit losing Cade Cunningham.
Well, I mean, I think the Spurs are not good without Wemby.
Agreed, but I think the collection of the Spurs without Wemby is better than the collection of the Pistons without Cade. I just think when you're talking value, look, Wemby is probably the most valuable because he's so versatile. But as far as the genetic makeup of the team, I think Detroit sinks like a rock without Cade Cunningham.
You're probably
Durant
right.
doesn't score enough. Like, who's going to pick up the slack? Obviously, it's hard to pick up a slack if a Giannis goes down. That's what makes Boston so intriguing, having Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Is not many people have that. What gave OKC a chance to go on a run last year is SGA, Chet, and J-Dub, and some other role players. And I think Detroit sits in a position, this is disaster. Like, this is, if he's done for the year, which I can't imagine the timetable.
They're saying returning back to the playoffs, but it's like returning to the playoffs and ramp up, dog. Like, and I don't know if you like think about this, but like if you've got a collapsed lung, you know what you're not doing?
Running fast.
Yeah, dog. So
if Charlotte takes on Detroit in the first round and they don't have Cade Cunningham, but give me Charlotte.
I mean, I'd still probably take Detroit, but
it ain't going to be pretty.
It's going to be ugly. Yeah. That's the thing about that you start finding yourself going, ooh. And this is why anytime you have the Daryl Morey rule, if you ever have a 5% chance to go after a title, you go because
this could happen.
Anything can happen at any point in time.
How this opens up the East, I
mean, it was wide open. If he doesn't play in the playoffs, it's a canyon. Like, you might as well be in outer space. Any team can go at that point.
Oh, really? I think this lines up everything for Boston. I really do.
Oh, I don't.
Out of the East. I've been saying Boston even with Cade Cunningham.
I mean, I don't think you can say one team one way or another either way.
What is it about Boston that you don't like over the rest of the field? Because I like them over the Knicks.
Because they don't have any size.
Oh, that is true. They don't have Porzingis, Horford. They don't have the size they had last year. That's a fair point.
I mean, Vooch is a good player, but like
they get buckets though.
Yeah, I mean they do, but they don't have Drew, they don't have Horford, they don't have Porzingis. They
got Peyton Pritchard, bro, Oregon's own.
2 thumbs up. Like I said, they don't have size. I love Vooch, but I know when you're going to Nehemias Queta after that, Queta's fine, but I don't see a lot of championship equity in their front court. So
preview of 10 Toes Down then. Who do you got coming out of the East right now?
Spin the chamber.
I know, but you got to take one.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
You got to take one.
No, it's right now?
Yeah, take one right now. Gun to your head. Preview of 10 Toes Down.
God, I don't like this.
Well, you want to push it? Let you think about it for a little bit?
Yeah, let's just bring that up on 10 Toes.
Sure, why not?
That one.
It is a 10 Toes Down Thursday here live at Alen A Casino. You can get those in. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. R.I.P. Cade Cunningham, bud. We hope you come back healthy and good. Ohio State is starting to put a little run together here. 46-40. TCU up with about 11.5 to go in that game. South Florida and Louisville are tied right now. Let's see, Nebraska and Troy still at half with Nebraska up.
Ohio State's closing that gap.
Big. I know. It's crazy. When we come back, you know what feels good? Playing the Pacers, whether you're at home or on the road. Blazers get a dub last night, and I feel like I've said this a lot in the past. The old guys bail it out. I think the kids kind of bailed them out this time. We'll go there next. 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan's YouTube channel is taking off.
Coming up in hour number deuce here, we will get to, let's see, we'll get to some more NBA chatter here. We're a heavy NBA day today, just the hits keep coming. There was a piece in The Athletic about expansion and the concerns when it gets to expansion. I'd like to have a convo with you about that, Danny, see where you're feeling on expansion. I think on the surface we all think it's cool, but there could be some issues arise from that. So stick around for hour number deuce as we are live from Tom's Watch Bar in Alen A. And I'll tell you what, I think, Danny, I think a lot of people have TCU covering the spread or winning outright in this Ohio State game.
Yeah, every time they score, it goes up a little bit more. You hear a little.
Well, Ohio State went on a run, and it got a lot closer than it made comfortable. I think TCU must have gone on a slump of not making a shot.
They were 1 of 8 to start second half.
Yeah, there you go. So someone makes the shot, and you hear a guy in the background.
And there was I would also say it also just got quieter in here in general.
Yeah, what's going on?
Because that game.
Yeah, everybody's a little tense.
A little pucker factor of like, oh, no.
This is the first game, bro. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Well, some people are out here, they're maybe spending more money than they should be on certain things. There may be rents or mortgages or car payments or
relationships,
children,
kidneys.
Yeah. I think some folks are probably, they may or may not need to plaster that 800 number up on the wall in here.
We are about to go underway with High Point and Wisconsin. Just to give you a little gambling aspect to that. Spread's 10.5 in favor of Wisconsin. The over-under 162.5. Good God. Wisconsin minus 530 to win. High Point plus 375. That is a 12-5 matchup. I know we all love 12-5 matchups. I decided not to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, no,
Wisconsin is one of the weirdest teams of the year so far.
Perfectly capable of beating anyone and losing to anyone.
And losing to anybody. Kind of like Luke Fickell.
There you go.
Portland Trailblazers defeat the Indiana Pacers last night, 127 to 119. And we've seen this in the past, Danny, where, whether it was when Shaden was in the lineup, when Scoot came back, I know we really didn't get any of both of them together, or if Donovan had kind of an off night, that, here comes Drew, here comes JG, Jeremy Grant, and they're able to pick up the slack and do what vets do and step in. Last night, that was kind of the opposite. Cold shooting night for Jeremy Grant. He was 3 of 11 from the field, 0 of 6 from downtown. Just couldn't get into that rhythm. And Donovan and Denny said, we got you, bud.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, between Jeremy and Denny, they go 1 of 12 from 3, and they still comfortably win this game. Now, it's a game that the Pacers
well, Denny's a free throw merchant now, don't you know that?
Well, that's the thing is, I love seeing this from Denny. I love seeing 16 free throws, 6 3-point attempts.
You have to love it.
I mean, the analytical version of the game is fantastic. 32 points, 11 boards, 5 assists. Don't like the 5 turnovers. Definitely want to dial that back a little bit. But they were still able to.
TCU up 49-47 with 8 minutes to go.
The Buckeye bettors have come to life as the Ohio State Buckeyes have closed the gap now in TCU, as you will hear the roars throughout the day, I'm sure.
My parlay's toast, so I don't care now. Just give me a good ball.
There you go. But, Denny, it's not uncommon to see Denny go for 32, 11, and 5.
No, it's not.
It's like, that's a pretty normal Denny line.
Blazers in history, 30, 10, and 5.
Mm-hmm.
He just passed Damian Lillard for most all-time in Blazers. He's 3rd all-time.
And he's
Clyde
been here for less than 2 years.
Yes.
So, again, this is not something that is uncommon for him, right?
I also think you're starting to get in the territory of this is not a one-off year. At least I am. I still want to see more next year, and I don't want to get into the future of Denny combo, but
this is who he is.
This is who he. I'm starting to drink that Kool-Aid, Danny. I really am.
I mean, that's the thing is, I don't think it's Kool-Aid. You can't consistently put up this many performances like this and have it be a fluke. You just can't stumble into this that often and have it not be something that's real.
You can't. And I made the joke about free throw merchant. He is not a free throw merchant. Puts his head down and runs to the hoop. Get out of his way and let him score if you don't want to do it.
Yeah, and the other thing I loved about last night is seeing Donovan Clingan. And they talk about it's the Pacers, it's the Nets, it's it's the 76ers. Or
I don't care. It's a 21-year-old.
Not only that, you know what good players do to bad teams?
Beat them up.
They punish them. Honestly, I get more frustrated when young players who are figuring their game out struggle against young bad teams than when they struggle against good teams. Like you should, like this should be a confidence booster. This should be when you look at them and you go, you're 5-6 inches shorter than me. You're 50 pounds lighter than me. You're not good enough. So
you don't have the footwork I do.
Like, let me give you that work. I'm more physical. I'm bigger. I'm stronger. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop me. And now watch me, now watch this drive. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where you're at with it. And to see him do that a lot more recently is encouraging because, they're not exactly playing the best teams on the planet right now. That's just, they played the more difficult stretch of their schedule in the first half, first 2/3 of the season. And now he's getting these opportunities to go out there and really perform. And whether it's knocking down threes or, getting to the free throw line or you're absolutely dominating the offensive glass, protecting the paint, 28, 13, 2 and 2 while shooting 10 of 19 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw. I love seeing 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Not only the 5 of 6 because he's, not a great free throw shooter, but it's getting to the free throw line 6 times. You know what that means? You're being aggressive around the rim.
That's exactly what I was going to say. If he could, 6 is still a good number of times to get to the line.
That's a great number.
If that kid bumped to 8, boy, he would be dominant.
You're not going to find guys that
I know.
like him because
you know me, dude. I'm a T-jersey away from Donovan Clingan.
I know, but a big getting that. The only way they get those numbers is if you're running the ball through them a ton, and that's just not. That's not what he is as a player.
Some good news if you're standing watching. The Clippers have lost 3 in a row. The Blazers aren't going to catch the Suns.
It's a half game now.
But it's a half game for the Clippers for that 8 seed. The Warriors have dropped into the 10 seed.
Isn't that crazy how, a week ago, this was a lot closer, and now it's, who's going to end up at 8? Because coming into the night, I believe the Blazers had a 16.5% chance to end up at 8 and a 5% chance to end up at 7. And instead, the way things are going now the Blazers play the Clippers twice. Those
are going to be big games.
That's a 2-game swing. You pick up 2 wins. If you can somehow win both those games, you can effectively bury them. If you can handle business otherwise. You
could. And as we've lamented many, many times, the Blazers have the easiest schedule from here on out. It is borderline a joke. But it is. It's how the chips lie. It's just kind of how they fell. They'll take on Minnesota on Friday. A quiet game scoring from Scoop, but active. Not really turning the ball over.
Well, he did have 4 turnovers, and a couple of them were kind of loud. But
I must have missed those.
Yeah, he finished the game
getting a pop.
9 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 9, 5, and 3 in 26 minutes. 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. But it just didn't feel like, and that, again, as good as Donovan was, and I can't beat guys up in an 82-game season, but this is a game I really wanted to see Scoot do well in.
These are the games. Again, like you said, how do you play against teams that aren't very good? And the Pacers are not very good. My Pacers are not very good.
But at the same time, I also don't believe that you can. Oh, wow. Ohio State has taken the lead over TCU. NCAA tournament, doing NCAA tournament things here in the early morning.
It's getting there, guys. It's getting there.
Yeah, 7:14 left to go in that game, so we'll see what happens out of that. But as it pertains to Scoot, I don't think there's anything that he can do or not do that's going to change my mind on him between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned that the other day, and I think you're spot on with it, too. Speaking of the end of the season, 12 games left to go. Blazers go 500, Danny. They hit you 40 wins. Boom. There you go.
And if you play the game, play the game.
Lose. Okay. Lose. Win.
Mm-hmm.
Win if no Giannis. Mm-hmm. Win. I'll split the LA series.
Okay.
New Orleans, Sacramento. I got 7 minimum, I think.
That's pretty ballsy.
What?
7? Who are the wins?
Brooklyn, Milwaukee, no Giannis.
Okay.
Dallas.
Okay.
Washington.
Okay.
One of the Clippers. New Orleans. Sacramento.
Okay. Do
you think it's less?
No,
or you think it's more?
I
got losses to Denver, Minnesota. 1 Clippers, Denver, San Antonio. Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
It will.
You know what I mean? I look at
I don't know what you're trying to say to me here.
No, I'm not for it. I'm not against it.
Okay. It's just kind of let's buckle up and find out.
But you know what you just did, right? You just made the Blazers 500.
Because you know me, if anything I root for, it just falls apart.
I just,
Ohio State's up 51-50, 7 minutes to go in the second. Nebraska-Troy is back in the second half. There's 17, almost 18 to go in that. 41-31 Nebraska. Louisville out to a big lead on USF, 24-11. And Wisconsin has started hot, 15-5 early in that game. We'll stick in the association when we come back. Hour number deuce live from Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A Casino. Fan Madness is back, brought to you by Alen A Window Nation. George McCoy, Warren Allen, attorneys at law. Quick at wireless and video only. Come hang out with us. One more down, two more to go. The Firm, 105.1 The Fan.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, March Madness is officially here. Ohio State and TCU are in the midst of an 8th, 9th seed clash, as Ohio State has just jumped out to their first lead of the game. They now lead 55-50. 6 minutes left in the contest there, as 13 seed Troy tipped off against 4 seed Nebraska just before 10 o'clock. That game is just coming back from halftime as Nebraska leads 44-30. Louisville just tipped off against South Florida moments ago, as the Cardinals have jumped out to an early 24-11 lead. And at 10:50, 12 seed High Point will take on 5 seed Wisconsin. That game is just about to tip off. And then over at 11:50, 16 seed Siena will take on Duke. Coming into the big nooner, finally we get McNeese State. That will take on Vanderbilt at 12:15. A quick NBA update for you, as the Portland Trailblazers took down the Indiana Pacers on the road 127-119. Donovan Clingan posted a double-double, but it was Denny Avdia leading the way once again for Portland as he posted 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Portland will take on the Minnesota Timberwolves tomorrow in Minnesota at 5 p.m. Detroit Pistons star Cade Cunningham will be sidelined for an extended period of time as he has been diagnosed with a collapsed lung. The Pistons announced this morning that Cunningham has a left lung pneumothorax and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks, meaning he will miss at least 8 games. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Live from Alen A Casino Resort in Ridgefield.
Crawford's got to hurry! Oh, no! He tied it!
This is a Fan Madness edition of The Firm.
All right, hour number deuce here, live from Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A Casino and Resort. We'll be here all day, the Fan will. Luke Anderson, the happy hour will be here. Isaac and Suk, prime time, those boys will be here. And Durden Sprague will join the party tomorrow morning. We'll be all live from here as well. Give you an update on some scores here. TCU and Ohio State in the battle of the day so far. First game, given all the drama, Ohio State up 57-55 with 4.5 to go. TCU about to go to the line. You can tell the crowd is living in this game right now.
That's what happens when the point spread is 2.5.
That is what happens in the classic 8-9 game. Nebraska up big, starting to pull away big time on Troy, 50-32. That blows up my parlay. Adios.
Pack that one up.
South Florida still behind on Louisville. It's 24-14 right now, nearing the end of the first. Or is that say 6 minutes? You know me, my eyes are terrible. Wisconsin up 2014 on High Point. Look, I don't want to jinx anything, Danny, but if we're sitting here, it's 11:06 on Thursday, and the first game has 4.5 minutes left, and it's the banger already. Buckle up, Buttercup.
I do love it.
We might be in for a good treat today.
I do love it. What I don't love is how terrible our stats are right now on the old worldwide leader here. Come on, guys.
In terms of what? What's not working for you?
Any of the actual box scores.
Oh, I know. I gave up. I should have brought my glasses. I'm just reading off the TVs.
These are nasty.
You know, now all the different screens they got up there. Does this count as, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 TVs, or is that just one TV?
No, that's 9.
It's 9 different TVs. They're just blended together to look like one. Is the bar underneath its own thing?
Yeah.
The stat bar?
Yeah, you've got the ticker on the bottom, then you've got, 6 more TVs underneath that. So you got 15, then you got the sidebars too. So you've got, 17? 17 there, plus another 6, 7, 12 more?
You know what else I want to find out today, Danny? I want to find the craziest, weirdest, or the stupidest bet I can think of from somebody. Like, somebody out here has to have some wild thing going on, right? Like, AJ Tabonsa under 20.5 points as TCU just takes the lead over Ohio State 58-57. Oh, man, dude.
Look,
should we go live bet this game right now? Brandman's here. We can have him fill in while we go live bet.
He said no. But it's one of those things where, those little boards over there, those kiosks, they have all of those crazy bets because people do bet them.
I know. I had a buddy, my gambling buddy, who I mention frequently on this show. We were here, I think it was last year, and he wanted to bet that a game was going to go to overtime, and they didn't have the number for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was like, but I think this game will go to overtime. They were like, no, we don't do that. And the game went to overtime.
Oof. Vegas will do those.
Oh, I think Vegas will do anything.
They'll take action.
I'm sure they have limitations here on just some stuff just in general. I don't know.
Liability.
I don't know how this stuff works. Yeah, maybe liability. I also find it weird that you can't bet on Washington schools up here.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, I understand the spirit of it. I imagine the spirit of the law is that we're too close proximity-wise. But let me tell you what, my friend.
Oh, no, it's
the University
so hard.
of Oregon is closer than GU.
Yeah.
Very much closer than GU.
It's like, so you need to drive 25 miles south and go place it on another app.
Yeah, I know. It is kind of strange.
What are we doing here?
I know. I would have won money off GU last year. Let's see here. Everyone's getting excited. South Florida, don't call it a comeback yet, but they're starting to gain some ground back on Louisville. And look, this Nebraska team, I was totally wrong on this. I'd read some stuff on Troy, not that I had watched Troy at all, but Troy I had read kind of slows the game down a little bit. And I just know that Nebraska lives and dies by the three, and guess what? They're living by the three today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're a high-volume, high-accuracy three-point team. No way. A Hoiberg team lives and dies by threes. Who would have known?
Can you be the mayor of two towns?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can be the mayor of a state.
What about the mayor of a region? Can you be the mayor of the Midwest?
Yes. Which, I mean, Midwest mayor is a pretty nice little name.
Yeah, I
It
always
always sounds like what you would name a horse.
I always felt like Hoiberg got a raw job in Chicago.
I mean, they loved him there.
I know, but they love Donovan there, and they still suck. So why get rid of Hoiberg? Just the time?
Yeah, they had somebody eventually had to
somebody
go.
has to take the heat for it.
Yeah, before Garpax got fired, they had to do something, and now, they like Billy Donovan. They're going to do the same thing.
Yeah, and I think it's...
Well, and again, it's ownership more than anything else.
Yeah, of course, the Reinsdorf situation. And I think, look, the difference between college and college and NBA coaching are very, very different. I mean, wouldn't you say? It's hard to make that jump. The fact that Billy Donovan is still in the association right now says a lot.
Coach.
I think he's a great coach, too. But some of these guys, they just don't translate. Look at Calipari, all right? You're telling me Calipari, who manages ego after ego of 19-year-olds, wouldn't like a refresher of 25 to 30-year-olds with egos?
Oh, God,
and it just doesn't work.
No, it's very different. It's also like what you can and can't do and how you can and can't talk to guys,
right?
And what you can and can't prioritize and what you can and can't develop. Like those are all certain things, and it's yes, you're dealing with ego along the way and different levels of talent, but you're also dealing with different floor spacings, different rules, different understandings, different opponents, and like what you can and can't do, and the consistencies of those things are very different. And it's I would argue it's a bigger gap between college basketball and the NBA than it is college football and the NFL.
I would agree. I think you're still playing similar sports.
Yeah.
I think that just the style of play from college to the NBA is so
Vastly
different. Again, like we say, it's not running plays. It's not really coaching. It's guys playing, and they can't really stop. They can't really just change exactly how they are going to do stuff. I always find college interesting. I think because turnover is so much in college basketball, I am a coach-first guy. So when I root for teams, I'm very much rooting for teams due to their coach. Like, I love John Shire. I loved him as a player, so I'm not the Duke, North Carolina thing, whatever. Like, that's why I think it would be cool if Shire got a title.
Sure.
Slick Rick Barnes, kind of a cheesy, sleazy dude. So I'm not really rooting for Tennessee. Why I put money on it, I have no idea. Always liked Bill Self.
It's that Rocky Top.
Is it?
It's that burnt orange.
But I love burnt orange.
I know.
I
That's what I'm
love
saying.
that.
That's why you went for it. You're talking about the styles here, though. You're talking about a game right now in TCU Ohio State. It's 58-57 with 4 minutes to go. Mm-hmm. So you have played 36 minutes of basketball, and it's 58-57.
Yeah.
Okay. Think about that stylistically, how different that is from the NBA. 58-57 is a low-scoring first half.
Yeah.
That is so different, and it's played in a much slower pace. Mm-hmm. And this is where I think people get caught up in the coaching aspects of it, because in college basketball there is more structure. Why? Because players don't have the ability to process, and they don't have the IQ that's necessary to run a more free flowing system. Because in the NBA, the differences that pop up is that if you start running structure, you're predictable, and that predictability is just a way to be picked apart. You have to have more fluid options. You can't have A to B to C to D. It needs to be A turns into B, C, or D.
You're talking about triangle offense.
Yeah, you can't
That
run
works.
Princeton offense. You can't run triangle offense. You can't
you can't Coach K zone Coach K man the whole time.
Yeah.
Boeheim zone the whole time.
You have
to mix it up.
You have to have different looks. You can't under screens the entire time. You can't blitz screens the entire time. You have to change up your coverages. You have to keep them guessing, because if you start beating or if you start getting to a point where you have something that's exploitable and they're just going to go, okay, fine, you don't have a counter to this? We're just going to keep doing this until you take it away.
Sticking with coaches real quick, Danny, we did this in college football at the beginning of the year. Remember how we thought if Dabo were able to sneak another natty in, and by sneak, that's kind of underselling it, if Dabo were able to put another natty on his resume, what that would do for his legacy. Now, this question I'll ask you similarly, but can be for guys that haven't won one. Who benefits the most from winning a natty this year from a coaching standpoint?
God, that's tough.
A third for Bobby Hurley would be insane. This fast.
For Danny.
Did I say Bobby?
Yeah.
I meant Danny. For Danny Hurley
I
UConn.
think honestly it's Dusty May.
Dusty May getting his first at Michigan.
Yeah.
What about Izzo at Michigan State getting another one?
He's already stamped.
20 plus years later.
I mean, it would be huge to have one across that many eras.
I think there's guys.
I
think there's, and maybe I feel this way about May, Shire, Lloyd, May. I think they're all going to get one.
Yeah.
I think their programs are too solid that they will get one. What does another title do for Cal or Patino?
I mean, they're already Rushmore, but
in the Dabo world, what does another one give you?
It's just a stamp of stamps, and you're doing it across multiple eras. It's the same thing with Izzo. Like, I think you're probably grouping them up in like the guys that are the goats of college football, the modern college football era or college basketball era. God, that college football in the brain. Then you've got the first timers, and then you've got the we'll probably never do this again. Crew, like if you get a magical run from
Hoiberg.
Hoiberg,
Illinois,
gets on, or I'd say it's not Cal, but Arkansas getting a title would be bonkers. You know what I mean? Like Oates getting it at Alabama would be pretty nuts.
I think the first time, the ones that would go the longest. Sorry, I just cut you off. I apologize.
No, I was just still kind of thinking of like what other groupings are kind of exist in that.
I think the first timers that would benefit the most from it is Rick Barnes at Tennessee, Mark Few at Gonzaga, and Matt Painter at Purdue.
If you're talking about the old, it's the old timer first timer.
Yeah, the old timer first timer might be the most benefit.
First timer. Yeah, probably.
Because Golden doesn't need another one at Florida.
I mean,
it'd be amazing. You're Donovan 2.0, especially if you do it back to back. But the Matt Painters, the Mark Fews, the Rick Barnes, Calvin Sampson is probably in there as well, of guys that are elite coaches that just don't have that visual of them cutting down the net.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it would get to. All right, well, let's slide back into the association. Let me give you some score updates here real quick. Nebraska up 25 on Troy. That's 65-40, 8.5 left to go in that game. Wisconsin up 34-26 on High Point. Louisville, South Florida, 30-22 with 2.5 left in the first. This Ohio State-TCU game is going to come down to it. It is 58-57 TCU, just over 2 minutes to go. And we are about a half hour away from Siena, the fighting Jerry McNamara's and the Dukies taking out. When we come back, let's slide in. An interesting article came out from The Athletic about expansion. Not so fast, my friend. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. We're live from Alen A and Tom's Watch Bar, 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for the madness.
Live here at Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A Casino and Resort. We're a minute tied 61-61 TCU Ohio State. Buckets. TCU hits the three to go up 64-61. This crowd's feeling it already. First game of the day, and the crowd is feeling it. We're stoked to be here. We would love for you guys to come join us here as well. Say hi, have fun with us. I'm just counting down the time, Danny. We're almost to noon. We got to get to noon. No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait.
You're going to wait.
I'm going to wait.
Sure you are.
I'm going to hold it. Hold it.
Oh, we're getting weird.
Buckeyes just hit a three. It's 64-64. 30 seconds to go. We'll see how that boy goes down. There's a wild story, Danny. We were talking about NBA and just kind of the future of the NBA. And as we came down the wire the other day, there are the proposal to start adding the expansion teams, most likely in Seattle and Vegas, bringing back the Sonics and putting a sports team in Vegas, which everybody likes to do these days. Mm-hmm. There's a cool article written on The Athletic by Jay King, kind of highlighting maybe the glass half empty view of expansion. I'm curious your thoughts on that, as his point in this article is, how are you going to support 32 competitive teams when you currently are not supporting 30 competitive teams? Now, I think there's a few aspects you can look at this. I think the NBA needs to figure out some tanking situations that could maybe benefit some of it, but he's not wrong. There's a lot of bad basketball. For example, you talked about the other day, Brooklyn. There is some bad basketball going to the NBA. If you stretch it even thinner, what stops it from being even worse?
Well, the whole idea of this is that the league has ever been about insert however many teams, 30 teams, 28 teams, 24 teams, 12 teams, that every single team was good. It's a red herring. I mean, there's nothing to that. This is shaking your fist at the clouds. It's ridiculous. We've all known this was coming for 5 years. We've all known this was coming. And the idea, like, oh, you need to curb this and do that. It's like, nah, man. You don't need things to be perfect before you go and do something else. Because it's like, to be honest, it's like getting married. It's like, or we're waiting to have kids. It's one of those things like, no, you need to make sure everything's this, everything's that. It's like, you're never, ever, 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 ever perfect. You're not.
Take your own journey kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, this idea is like, oh, there's plenty of talent. There are teams that are willfully ignoring talent. The Washington Wizards have Trae Young. They have Anthony Davis. Mm-hmm. They can be better. They're choosing not to. Fix that problem.
I think that's a fair point.
Incentivize winning. Don't incentivize losing. That's where this comes from.
I think something that makes it a challenging spot for the NBA specifically is, in other sports, you have that any given day. In baseball, depending on the pitching matchup, the Marlins can beat the Yankees. It's possible. When it comes down to the NFL, as TCU just hit a shot to go up 66-64 with 4 seconds left.
This is setting up for
overtime. The shot.
The shot.
The shot. So we'll keep a watch that. God, I love Jamie Dixon. So there's 4 seconds left. Ohio State just called a timeout. They are out of timeouts now. Here you go. This could be the shot to win the game. When you look at the NFL, Danny.
Onions, baby.
The Raiders beat the Patriots. Mm-hmm. The Raiders have the number 1 pick in the draft, and the Patriots are the runner-up of the Super Bowl.
Ding, ding, ding.
So I think what happens is you can't sometimes. Now, I tend to agree with this a little bit. I don't know if I'm ready for expansion because of maybe more bad basketball. Now, I like the brands that they're bringing in. I think the Sonics should be back, and Vegas is not going to hurt the league in any way.
There can only be so many bad teams.
I know. And I think
that's the reality.
I think basketball, especially in the NBA, you might be able to do that in college, where a High Point could beat a Wisconsin. In the NBA, in a 7-game series, the Wizards are not beating the Celtics. No. They're just not. And
the Pistons might lose because Cade Cunningham's out, but
I
that's
think,
the reality.
Yeah, but I think some of this is kind of chasing that high you get, that if Sandy Alcantara is on the bump against Cam Schlittler, who's a kid for the Yankees, the Marlins can win that game. If Drake May looks shaky and Gino doesn't throw up all over himself, the Raiders can beat the Patriots. I don't know if basketball is built that way. And Tracy McGrady had something to say on that matter, too. And, Case, if you want to go ahead and play that, this was his thoughts on expansion. Casey?
Maybe.
Bueller. Casey?
Repeat that.
Can you play that Tracy McGrady audio?
I've got that for you.
Thank you.
thoughts on the NBA expanding to 32 teams? I'm all for trying to increase the revenue.
Which is going to do, particularly the teams, Vegas,
yeah,
going to bring crowds.
Yeah,
you know what it's like to go back to Seattle. Oh, they're playing Seattle, like they're diehard.
But I'm just like, we got 30 teams, we got a lot of players, 450, maybe more now. We don't have the talent to be trying to start 2 more teams. I just don't think we have the talent to start 2 more teams. Now, can we take 2 teams away and add 2 teams?
To still be at 30.
To still
so
be
you're
at
saying
30.
eliminate 2
I'm
teams
saying,
to still stay at 30.
I'm saying keep it at 30, 32. We just, the talent is, to me, is down, bro.
I tend to live in the Tracy McGrady world on that. I think there are franchises that have not earned the right to have those franchises anymore. I'm looking at you, New Orleans. I don't know where the other one is, but that's what concerns me, Danny. It's not necessarily the bad basketball. It's what T-Mac is saying of just talent dispersion.
I don't think that's the issue at all. With the proliferation of talent, both in the U.S. and globally, the game is growing.
But to build 2 more teams, who are the best players not on rosters right now? What's that list look like? Is that a sexy list of basketball players?
I mean, well, you're talking about the draft in general and adding, 2 more picks to the draft on each round.
Mm-hmm.
That's one part of it. But yeah, I mean, you're opening up other opportunities for guys that are playing overseas that are good. I mean, it's not hard to find.
Grab some of the better players in Europe you're talking about?
Yeah, because
that stay high end there but might get muddled in the NBA?
Yeah, and that's part of it. But it's also, again, just finding that spot. Are there going to be bad teams? Yeah, there's always going to be bad teams. But you also, in doing this, you're spreading the talent around more. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Jrue Holiday, Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White aren't all on the same damn team.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like,
do you feel the same way when it comes to like baseball, NFL, hockey, expansion in general, expansion?
Like we're talking about expansion in Major League Baseball.
Obviously.
Guess what? The Cincinnati Reds, the Colorado Rockies, the Florida Marlins, the Tampa Bay Rays, they all exist. They all suck. Like this whole idea of we can't expand in baseball because the talent. It's like, no, you can choose to suck or you can choose not to.
Yeah, your point about Anthony Davis and Trae Young in Washington, they could be a lot better than they are. They just choose not to.
They're choosing not to because they're incentivized to lose. Solve the incentive. Incentivize winning on the back end. That matters.
And then maybe you can go from there and then see how it goes. And if it falls apart...
But you're always going to have this whole idea of like, we want 32 teams and all of them are 500 because it's so competitive. Nobody wants that. This whole idea of like, oh, everybody's good. It's like, no. You have to have good teams and you have to have bad teams.
But couldn't I argue that that's what makes the NFL so special any given Sunday?
Yeah, but it's also an entirely different sport.
Yeah, that's true.
You're talking about
and scarcity
11
of games.
on 11. Yeah.
Talking scarcity of games.
But even then, the good teams are going to, like, the whole idea of like, yeah, the Raiders can beat the Patriots. Sure, play it 10 times.
See what happens.
The Patriots are going to win 8 or 9 of those times.
Let's stick with have some fun with expansion. Let's go glass half full. CBS already has a mock expansion draft out that could be fun to look at. Ohio State missed the shot, so TCU is victorious in the first game here. The crowd loved it here at Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A. We got an upset alert here in a 5-12 going down. Wisconsin's only up 3 with about a minute and a half to go against High Point in a 12-5 matchup.
In the first half.
In the first half, excuse me. So we will be keeping eyes on that. Louisville and Florida are at the break. South Florida, are at halftime as well. A lot going on here. Hang out with us here at Tom's Watch Bar. We'd like to thank our friends over at Window Nation, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Cricket Wireless Video Only, all of our homies that made today possible, especially those here at Alen A. We'll get into a little more fun with expansion as the mock draft is out already. There's a lot of cool names on this that could help a team really build. So we'll go there. But back home, there's Lowercase with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Langdon Farms Golf Club. Good or bad weather, the golf course is always the driest around. Download the Langdon Farms app today to get all the latest news and specials. First on the Fan, March Madness is officially here. Right now we have 3 games live as TCU just wrapped up their first win of the tournament. taking down the Ohio State Buckeyes 66-64. Nebraska has a commanding lead over 13 seed Troy as they are out to a 28-point lead. South Florida is trailing to 6 seed Louisville. That is, Louisville leads 37-27. That game has just gone into halftime. And over as we wrap up our first string of games, Wisconsin is now tied up with 12 seed High Point. Later on this morning, at 11:50, we get 16 seed Siena taking on Duke. And coming up at the Big Nooner, McNeese State will take on Vanderbilt at 12:15. A quick NBA update for you as your Portland Trailblazers took down the Indiana Pacers on the road, 127-119. Donovan Clingan posted a double-double, but it was Denny Avdia leading the way once again for Portland as he posted 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Portland will take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota tomorrow at 5 p.m. And lastly, Detroit Pistons star Cade Cunningham will be sidelined for an extended period of time as he has been diagnosed with a collapsed lung. The Pistons announced this morning that Cunningham has a left lung pneumothorax and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks, meaning he will miss at least 8 games. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of prime time with Isaac and
don't understand why you went down that path.
I don't know, dude, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, man.
I tried to help you on that.
I blame sobriety.
That's what it is?
That's what it is, man.
You're thinking too clearly?
Too clearly.
That's tough.
Well, what happens is I start trusting myself, and that's a dangerous place to be.
Right.
That's a dangerous place to be. I do have to give a fat shout-out today. Today is my mama's birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Mama Harris.
Happy birthday, Mama Harris. I love you. I'm sorry I have to be at a casino all day and all night.
No. Don't lie.
Well,
Don't lie.
I'm going to go find her this week. I'm going to bring her some flowers.
There you go.
You know, I do remember her favorite flowers.
There you go.
I do.
What are they?
I'm not going to tell you because I know she's listening right now, and I want her to know that I know when I arrive with them, whether it's today or tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday.
So you're just a terrible son.
Terrible son. Some quick observations of we'll blame Daddy. How about that? We'll blame Daddy. Don't blame Mama. We'll blame Daddy. Some quick observations of our friends here at Tom's Alen A. A lot of women here gambling. Getting into that, you like seeing that shift in demographic.
It's definitely not the complete and utter, dude party that it's been basically every year. Just looking around, there's just more women than I've seen here before.
Also, this is how you know that the Columbia River might as well be the size of the Grand Canyon. Do you know how many cougs I've seen up here?
How many?
6 or 7 have looked at me walk by and like point. So I'm wearing my Coug hat today.
I thought you were just pointing at your face.
No, dude, we're in Southwest Washington, man, dude. This is Wazoo territory, baby.
Oh, yes. Southwest Washington, home to Pullman.
Well, Wazoo V is down the road from here, right by my house.
That's not real.
Easy Rod, Easy Rod. My wife went there. She got her degree there. She's a teacher there.
That's not real.
That's real.
It's not real.
It's super real.
Look at the squeak in your voice.
What do you mean it's not real?
The satellite thing. It's like it's.
Those are real degrees that people get real jobs to it.
The degrees are real, but you're not a Wazoo alum.
Dude, I got a very close friend of mine. She went to Wazoo Tri-Cities. She will rip your face off. You say something like that to her.
I'm just saying, Tri-Cities. At least you're closer.
That is true.
Like Wazoo, Vancouver. That's.
Look, all the more the merrier. The Wazoo kids can come. Little update.
Doesn't Oregon have a Portland satellite?
Easy Rod.
I'm just saying, if you graduate from an Oregon satellite in Portland, that doesn't feel like you're a
dude,
duck.
go Ducks.
That's weird.
Why not?
That's weird.
Why not?
What
about all the different cows? Do you all represent Berkeley, or you represent your little areas? So why don't you just go Vancouver? What?
Well, but
shout out Wazoo V.
But there's different cows. There's Cal Berkeley, there's Cal Bakersfield, there's Cal Fullerton. There's a
Cal
lot
Poly.
But they're all those are very different schools that don't claim it's just the Cal system.
They don't wear Golden Bears gear.
Yeah, no, it's all very different.
All right.
Now, on the flip side of that, you also have Arizona State, which has the largest international enrollment in the world. So they're something like 140,000, if I remember right.
Yeah, but I think you got to fail a breathalyzer to get into Arizona State, and that's about it.
Oh, so that was your first choice?
No, I'm Coug for life, baby. Coug for life. We were just talking about NBA expansion to 32 teams. Is that's going to go to a vote, and we assume that it's going to go through new teams in Seattle and Vegas. Well, CBS Sports ran for fun an NBA expansion mock draft between the Sonics and what they're calling the Vegas Villains. They use Spot Track expansion draft pool.
Sure.
Before we get to the top 6, I want to just read off some fun things that they have on here. Al Horford to Vegas. Just some names of note at 28. 26 would be Jaden Ivey to Vegas. Bronny James at 24. Klay Thompson to Seattle.
That's a fun one.
Sidy Cissoko to Vegas.
Okay.
Spencer Jones to Seattle. Dorian Finney-Smith to Vegas. Jonathan Kuminga, Mount Rushmore to Vegas. Benedict Mathurin to Vegas. But here's what they had for fun. With the first overall pick in the NBA expansion mock draft, the Seattle Supersonics select Lou Dort out of Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's
well, there's talk that they can't afford him.
Well, sure, but also at the same time,
that's your franchise cornerstone.
You want to go with a guy who, he's going to be expensive. I guess you got to pay somebody. He's not going to be that expensive, but also
he's not getting a supermax.
No, but the scoring there is certainly limited. It's not a guy who's on ball.
Maybe they think he's like a Draymond Green type guy. Maybe his assists can get better like Draymond's are.
We're not there. But, the CBS guys, they said, let's start with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Basically, who can we pilfer off their roster because they're so deep and they have so much talent.
Right.
And I think that's a good place to start. I think I would probably prioritize somebody younger, somebody with more upside. Or somebody that has more draw or more ability in that sense. Like, they left Zion Williamson unprotected in this.
Yeah, they did.
Like, that's probably the way
That's probably your number one.
That's where I would go. Like, what gets butts in seats?
Yeah, that might be it. Number 2, Vegas takes Ty Jerome. At 3, Seattle takes Wendell Carter Jr. 4 is Tyler Hero to Vegas.
And again, that's like the Hero and Zion, like those are more like, are they expensive? Yes, but also they know how to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they overpaid, or do they have, warts, or do they have issues or concerns? Like, yeah, but you're not going to title window. So, and you got to pay somebody.
Yeah, they have Zion 5 to Seattle. I mean, Zion and Lou Dort together in Seattle is a fun little hypothetic there.
Man, that's a thick boy team. That's a thick boy team.
You know what would be a terrible idea? What's the worst idea of getting Zion out of New Orleans? Sending him to Vegas.
Yeah, that's nightmare fuel.
I think if you're Vegas, the league just sends you guys. I'm sorry, whatever you want, we'll rig the draft for you at some point. Just don't take Zion. You can't do that.
But here's the thing, though. If you're Vegas and you take Zion, you know why you do this. It's because, and they mentioned it in the article, it's the whole idea of you can get out of this contract. There's so many outs in Zion's contract because of health stuff and weight stuff and other stuff. It's like there's
fill in the blank.
Yeah, there's so many outs in his contract. The Memphis Grizzlies are sitting there going, man, we wish we would have got that with Ja.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been nice to be able to exercise those things.
Not on this list. Ja Morant.
Do the Grizzlies protect him? Probably not, because he's going to be a quasi-expiring contract.
Get him out of
where
here.
Things are.
But who's going to take that? Dude, nobody wants him for free. It might cost Memphis to get rid of him.
Yeah,
I got to give you a second-round pick. I know that second-round picks don't matter in your world, but, I got to pay you to take Ja Morant away from me?
Yeah, I mean, that value, it goes to show you the value of contracts. And so if you're saying that the reason you're not going to go down the path X or path Y is because of contract value and you don't want your books to be sideways to start, then why are you taking Lou Dort to start? Because you're going to pay him to start anyways. So, I don't know. The whole idea of, trying to get this right like the Vegas Golden Knights did, I think is pretty darn difficult.
Yeah, I also wonder how many people that would be unprotected that would pull the Ovechkin. If I'm the Blazers, I probably don't protect Damian Lillard because I know that if everybody knows if they take him, he's going to say, no, I retire. So they don't take him. That's basically what Ovechkin did when the Kraken had their expansion draft, is the Capitals did not protect him. Which
is great for them.
He was available, and they could use that on somebody else because the Kraken knew, and Ovi basically said it out loud.
He said, try me.
Try me. Yeah, you grab me, I'm not going to Seattle. Yeah. It's not going to happen.
So do you want to waste that?
Right. I'd rather hold on to my spot, and if I'm the Capitals, I'd rather put that on a young kid than put that on an aging Ovi.
Yeah, it's one of, but you have to have a guy like Ovi who has
a Damian Lillard.
Yeah, enough cachet and enough capital to be like, no.
If Clay were still on the Warriors, somebody like that, he could do that. Somebody who's been on the team. If Giannis is 38, LeBron. If LeBron at 43 is still a Laker, you're like, LeBron ain't going to your team.
Well, except for,
LeBron can still play.
Not just that, but LeBron would he couldn't just say I want to retire because everybody knows he wants the retirement tour.
I know.
So, but you do have a Blazer in this in the city Sissoko. I could. Here's the flip side. I think the Blazers might opt to protect City.
Yeah.
Like if I was going down the list, Denny, Donovan, Tumani.
In that
Shaden,
order.
Yeah. Shaden.
In that order. Yeah, I stick with that order too.
Scoot, Hansen. Like those are the 6 I think you get through. And then I think you unprotect Drew and Jeremy. Maybe.
Just because of the size of contracts.
But on the flip side, a team might look at that and be like, we need to spend money and we want to have functional, good veterans.
And Jeremy Grant, if you're starting a team, Jeremy Grant is a nice piece to have to start a team. Yeah, same with Drew.
Do you want good, functional guys in your locker room? But I think you get to 6 pretty quickly, and then you start going, okay, what about Veet? Veet's on an incredible deal.
Yeah, that's who I might protect, Veet, just because of the value.
Now, do you go after that? Do you go City? Do you go
Caleb Love? If you end up signing him to a full deal,
so that's the question you start asking yourself is like, could I see City being protected? Yeah. But also, he's like Veet is on one of those scam Presti contracts. Mm-hmm. So if you are a young team, you take flyers on young guys that have young, short-term guaranteed money, because if they hit, you're like, ooh, we've got a little bit of control. And if they don't, you go, all right, we can rinse ourselves to this and call it good.
Well, you know this program. This program lives looking at mock drafts, and these are mock drafts for teams that don't even exist yet. That's how much degenerates we are when it comes to mock drafts. When we come back, Web Gems is next, everybody's favorite. I got a large number to tell you, Danny, about the 2008 Florida Gators, the football team. It's not a good thing. We're live from Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A. Web Gems is next, 105.1 The Fan. All right, everybody's favorite web gems. We do this bad boy every single day at 11:45. Coming up in the big nooner, it is a 10 Toes Down Thursday, live from Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A Casino. 10 Toes Down, no wishy-washy. You know, you got to believe in this. We've already got some ones on the board. What were the ones we got? Counter or the kiosk? I think we've got maybe parlays. We could throw that in there. There's some here.
Don't do them.
On the text line as well. You can send yours into 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. Or you can drop them on the YouTube over there.
There you go.
Danny, Nebraska wins their first NCAA tournament game in program history.
Which is crazy.
That caps off. They are the last of Power 4, and I did some crack research and confirmed as well, even the old Pac-12, all Power 5 schools have now officially won a tournament game. Look, I don't know why Nebraska basketball was so bad. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut once, right?
You would think one matchup would come their way, and yet
at some point, right?
And
look, Larry Bird went to Indiana State. You're not telling me somebody went to Nebraska?
At some point in time?
At some point in time?
Hey,
been playing basketball since the dawn of man.
Trailblazers legend Delano Banton.
Right? Delano Banton, how bad was his team to not make the tourney?
Not great, Bob.
Well, he probably was in the Big 12 at the time, though, too. Let's keep that in mind.
It's tough.
Tough conference. But Web Gems comes to you today by the state of Florida. I saw this morning, Danny, and it is blowing my mind. 121 players on the 2008 Florida Gators National Championship football roster.
Yep.
41 of them have been arrested. That is
third.
33% of that national championship lineup. It includes 16 players from the 2 deep 9 starters plus separate specialists. Locker room leaders, some who went to the NFL, even included eventual Heisman winner Cam Newton, involved in the stolen laptop incident. You remember that?
That's why he got thrown out of there.
Which is why he got thrown out of there. Obviously, famously, the Aaron Hernandez situation. Even Herb catching strays in this article.
I mean, are they strays?
Yeah, even Herb has had himself some run-ins, and it's fascinating to me that you can step away from this, and that is literally how impactful and powerful the brand that Tim Tebow was at the time, to be able to hide a lot of that and cover a lot of those Band-Aids and warts up with his squeaky clean situation.
Brother, I don't think anybody has ever done a better job.
I can't think of it.
You had a guy who was a murderer.
Convicted murderer.
And may have offed other people.
Yep.
Like, that is absolutely wild. And then you go down the list of crazy, whether it's the Cam Newtons of the world, the Pounceys,
I don't believe the Pounceys have been arrested for anything, but they're crazy.
They're nuts.
Yeah.
Percy Harvin. Just go down the list of guys that were at Florida in and around this period, and you're just like, how did anything functionally get done?
Yeah, Herb. I mean, maybe that's the testament to Herb, too.
Oh, Phil Jackson did hard.
Yeah. You
just ego management, but also
think about those Miami teams too. The U, whether it was Erickson, Johnson, or whoever's around there, those guys figured that out too.
How callous and how heartless do you have to be as a human to manage that, though? Do you know what I mean? Like,
man.
How dark.
Morals optional, man.
And that's like we joke about bagmen and you're just trying to get something done, but like. That's dark.
The brothel at Louisville?
It's
that's some weird stuff, man.
And you're talking about, I don't want to say kids, but kids.
Hot tub parties at the U?
Yeah, I mean.
It's not just hot tub.
No, I mean, it's like it gets pretty eyes wide shutty.
Just win, baby.
Real quick. And man alive, do I just not want to be a part of that.
Yeah, I'm not interested either. All right, the big nooner is next. 10 Toes Down coming up in that hour. Probably double Segi on that. Get yours in 503-864-6326. High Point and Wisconsin tied 41-41 with 19 to go. Is our first big upset of the tourney on the prowl. Stick with us. We'll let you know. We're here live at Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A Casino. Everybody will be here. Luke Anderson after us. Primetime, the whole shebang, and then everybody again tomorrow. When we come back, one more day in the NFL. One more day. One more day. 105.1 FM, 1080 AM. I'm Pat.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, March Madness is officially here. Right now we have 4 games live as TCU just wrapped up their first win of the tournament, taking down the Ohio State Buckeyes. Nebraska just took down Troy 76-47, as that game never fell out of Nebraska's grasp. South Florida is trailing the 6th seed Louisville. That game is well into the second half as Louisville leads 57-37. And we are on upset watch as 12 seed High Point is trailing by just 2 points to 5 seed Wisconsin, as Wisconsin leads 45-43 with 16 minutes remaining in that game. 16 seed Siena will take on Duke coming up here in the Big Nooner just in a moment, as McNeese State will wrap up our morning slate of games facing off Vanderbilt at 12:15. A quick NBA update for you, as your Portland Trailblazers took down the Indiana Pacers on the road. 127-119 was the final in that one, as Donovan Clingan posted a double-double, but it was Denny Avdia leading the way once again for Portland, as he posted 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Portland will take on Minnesota in Minnesota tomorrow at 5 p.m. The Detroit Pistons star Cade Cunningham will be sidelined for an extended period of time, as he has been diagnosed with a collapsed lung. The Pistons announced this morning that Cunningham has a left lung pneumothorax and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks, meaning he will miss at least 8 games. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor.
Yeah! 2 down, 1 to go. Here, the firm of Harrison Meringue. We do this bad boy every single day.
Turns out it's going by quick.
Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Today and tomorrow, we are live. Tom's Watch Bar, Alen A Casino and Resort. The Fan Madness is back. We are happy to be here. Dare I say, one of the top 3 moments, if not the top moment for this station every single year. We're so happy to be out here. They are great hosts, as they always are. I have always been a P1 out here, side working with the station. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you, Danny, doing this today. It's been great so far.
No, it's a blast, man. I love being out here and everybody coming by, saying what's up, checking in, and we've got Jeremiah Coughlin down here, Seth Allen down here, Rufio came by. It's always great to have everybody who comes out and hangs out and shows support and spends the time down here, watch some college basketball, grab some food, have some drinks. Throw make a little bet here or there, and just have a good time, man.
We were talking about people watching. Jeremiah let me know that he did walk into the bathroom and see an elderly gentleman using the equipment.
The urinal.
The urinal. Yes. I can say that, yes.
Say
using the urinal with his pants all the way down around his ankle like a 9-year-old.
Love it.
All types.
Love
all
it.
walks of life. We're here. No kink shaming.
That's also another thing that's unfamiliar in Vegas either.
Yeah, dude, but I guarantee you, man, the floors in a bathroom in a casino, no offense to Alen A.
You know what? I'll tell you.
Do you think they're cleaner?
When I walked in, I had to pop in and use that restroom when we walked in real quick.
Sparkly?
There was somebody quite literally on their hands and knees scrubbing the floors.
Wow.
So,
shout out Alen A. Shout out Alen A.
They're putting in the work here.
Doing it right. Coming up after us, we'll toss it over to a bonus hour, 2 hours of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Then we'll stick it to prime time at 3 o'clock, 3 to 7. Take you all the way home. Andrew Nemec will do the recruiting show. I think he's going to do that from back home. So we'll have that 14 hours of live continuous regional sports talk radio. Come up here, hang out with us. I'm staying the night here, so I'm going to be here all night, baby. GU's playing late tonight. We're going to have some bevies, some cocktails. We're going to get wild for that game as things continue. Wisconsin trying to get out of this thing with High Point right now. It is 52-46, 15 and a half left in the second half. Louisville really starting to pull away from South Florida. Turns out you can lose your best player and still win. Is 63-44. That game's got 11 and change going in it. Duke, Siena has started. Don't call it an upset. Siena's up 12-10.
Oh, there you go. And they're fired up.
The fighting McNamara's.
I love the first 5 minutes of like these deep seed teams. Like they come out with all the juice, and then all of a sudden reality hits them in the face, and it just turns into an absolute just smattering.
My joke for it always, and Kansas is the team that I always use. Rock Chalk, Bill Self, and Roy Will when he was there. Look, 1 seeds, these games are so cute when it's 12-10 and the 16 seeds got the 1 seed until Kansas starts throwing alley-oops at the end of the first half and you're winning by 40.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's right. Like, they didn't care.
Now, the problem is, and, if you want us to talk about the NBA draft being rigged, maybe Purdue and Virginia going down 16-1 seeds were rigged just to keep the juice going on the 16 seeds. Because now,
you're really spinning it out.
Now the throw in the alley-oops doesn't always exist because UMBC beat Virginia. Fairleigh Dickinson beat Purdue.
Yeah.
Now it's happened before.
Yeah, but Virginia at least was able to get a title out of that.
That is true.
So,
Matt Painter's still got to hold on to that.
Yeah, that's an easy way to kind of rinse that one away.
I took a ton of heat for Virginia losing that game.
Why did you take heat?
Because Tony Bennett left Wazoo for Virginia.
I mean, it's not your problem anymore.
I also took Virginia to win it all that year.
Like I'm not taking heat for Lane Kiffin going to LSU.
I found out yesterday that Andy Ensign is in SMU. I did not know that.
Yeah, you didn't know?
I did not know that.
And who beat SMU?
That would be Miami of Ohio, 31-1, 32-1 now.
I wonder if they're any good.
Not according to Ken Palm, Danny.
Look, man, like I'm an analytics guy, but when you go 30-1,
you're winning games.
Like that's not. We talked about this last night on the postgame show. The idea of like the Blazers and where they are in reality, it's like, yeah, I'm a big analytics guy. I love numbers. I love data. I love all the things that go with those things. But at the same time, I also have to look at what I'm seeing, and you have a team right now that is on the path, is going to, right now, they're a half game behind their Vegas number. They're
right.
34 wins. They're predicted to win 34.5. They're probably going to win 40 to 41 games.
Yeah.
Now,
I got them at 41 right now.
Now, if your margin of error is 4.5, that's pretty typical, you're above that.
Yeah.
You're above that.
Is that what the margin of error is, 4.5?
Typically.
Okay.
So, at least when you kind of get down to the brass tacks, like that's the reality of particularly like average teams, right? But when you look at that and you look at what the Blazers have gone through, whether it be Chauncey Billups getting arrested, whether it be Denny Avdia missing time, Jeremy Grant missing time, Drew Holiday missing time, Scoot Henderson missing 60 games, like
Shaedon Sharp done for the year.
Shaedon Sharp being shut down the final 25, 26 games of the year. Like,
well, he's going to be reevaluated in a couple weeks, Dave. Okay. And I demand an update on that.
Cool.
I demand a written update from the team.
Shout out to Blazers fans who are finally gotten the message 5 years later of like, why aren't we getting an update on Shaedon? There's no update.
There's nothing to update. Well, I want to know that there's no update, Daniel.
I don't care. Don't care. But no, I say all this to say, like, the evaluation period of like what you are, like a team like Miami of Ohio. I'm a big Ken Palm guy. I love Joe Lenardi and his bracketology and all the math, but sometimes the math gets thrown out the window, and you have to go, look, man, this team has won 30 games and lost once.
Completely, man. Ball going hoop, dude. Nobody shoots 75%. And for the most part, everybody shoots under 50%. That leaves a margin for error.
And you can have
a large margin for error.
And all the math can be there, and all those things can matter, but there's also some variance. And you can say that this Miami of Ohio team, yeah, maybe they've gotten lucky a bunch of times, but you can't tell me they've gotten lucky 25 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At some point in time, there's a little bit of like
clock strikes midnight.
But not only that, there's also this idea of like, some people either believe or don't believe in the hot hand.
How many losses did Miami need to have to be out of the tournament?
Probably 4.
4 would have done it?
Probably 4. But like again, that falls within the variance.
Sure,
4.5, right? So, but like, do you believe in the hot hand?
Of course, you have to.
There are a lot of people
it's momentum.
Like, there are a lot of people who don't because it's not quantifiable. And I think when you look at Miami of Ohio, I think they're kind of like a hot hand team.
I think it depends, but in basketball, yeah, I believe in the hot hand. Look at Nebraska, dude. They can't stop making it rain from 3. That game's been over for 30 minutes, and they're still shooting threes.
And the other thing about that is there's the flip side. There's 0 of 27 from 3. Houston Rockets.
See, I do believe that will snap. So maybe I'm glass half full all the time, because I do believe that if you continue to shoot poorly like that, eventually you will, law of averages will bust you out.
But see,
of
that's
that.
the thing is, like, if you can have hot hand one way, you can go cold the other. I mean, Portland Trailblazers.
True. Yeah, the old guys last night.
Well, I'm talking about Western Conference Finals.
Oh, yeah.
Against the Lakers.
CJ
14. No. Lakers,
that
Blazers,
Lakers
14
one.
straight.
I was thinking of the Denver matchup when CJ goes godly in Game 7, but then nobody shows up for the Warriors in the next round.
Yeah,
it happens.
Yep. So those are the kind of things that can happen. So whether it's a Miami of Ohio, whether it's a Siena, a High Point, like, so when I was doing my picks, one of the things I go through, if I don't know enough about a team, I'll do a little bit of research and go, okay, what kind of three-point shooting team is this? What kind of consistency? What kind of variance is this team? Like, do they have nights where they go like 28% from 3, and they have nights where they go 49% from 3? Like, how consistent are they? How much do they get away from things? And like, again, right now, High Point is tied with Wisconsin right now, 58 apiece with 11:20 to go here in the second half. Meanwhile, Louisville's look like they're probably going to put South Florida to bed, up 68-49 with exactly 10 minutes to go. And there you go. Duke has officially.
And Cam Boozer hit a couple free throws, and it's tied with Siena.
Yeah, there we go.
Well,
that was fun while it lasted.
Fun while it lasted. We're having a great time up here. Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A Casino. Come join us. Hang out with us. We're going to be here all day, today and tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. It is a 10 Toes Down Thursday, so we will get to that next. Last call for your submissions. Maybe we'll have another last call. This is early, pre-last call. 10 Toes Down, 503-864-6326. We're having a great one. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. This is the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM.
It's time for
That's right. This is 10 Toes Down. We do it every single Thursday, 12:15. You ask the questions, we give you the answers. No wishy-washy, no fence sitting here. 2 feet, 10 toes, flat on the ground. As flat as my feet are. Thanks to Mama for her birthday today for giving me these flat flippers. Can't get drafted. That's a plus.
There you go.
And with the way the world is right now, A, I'm too old and fat to get drafted. But hey, I really can't get drafted. I got them flat flippers. Shout out to my folks for that one.
It's the simple things in life.
Simple things.
Thanks for broken feet.
Thanks for broken feet. We're keeping an eye on this Wisconsin High Point game. 61-58 Wisconsin over High Point right now with 9 minutes to go. Louisville still a comfortable 13-point lead over South Florida. Vanderbilt, and who's Vanderbilt playing? McNeese.
Mm-hmm.
That game is underway. That's 3-2. And Duke and Siena in a dogfight right now. Look out.
Look out for Siena. I'll believe that when they're this tight and there's 4 minutes to go.
The fighting Jerry McNamara's, dude.
There you go.
Syracuse has a head coaching opening, dude. Dude, if Siena beats Duke, 10 toes down, McNamara is the new head coach at Syracuse.
It's also the biggest upset in college basketball history.
Yeah, you think so?
Not even a think. That is. You're talking about a team that is
with the Booze.
They are the second favorite. Or I'm sorry, they are the favorite to win the national title.
The Booze twins, and you're probably right.
I mean, that's bonkers.
What does Siena do? Do they shoot the three? They shoot the rock? Is that their jam?
I didn't look at anything about Siena. Are you kidding me?
Dude, what's High Point? Where's High Point? I know this is like the second or third time they've been in the tournament, but what the hell is High Point?
It's a High Point university.
Like littering end, High Point University?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm down with that.
North Carolina, fellas.
North Carolina, lowercase. That's my guy over there doing the heavy lifting. It's probably not a good idea. I would get lowercase so drunk out here tonight. I'd let him sleep in my bed, and I would sleep in the bathtub.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You'd want a spoon.
I would spoon him. He's a good-looking kid, man. I can't deny it. I got no problems. 10 toes down, happy to tell you when a man is good-looking.
Casey's blushing now. He's blushing now.
I'm smiling.
Let's get into this 10 toes down. Speaking of hotel rooms, this came across from our good buddy Malik on the YouTubes. Now, is a hotel room the best for when you like to get that weird on, like that Diddy kind of baby oil making a mess and stuff?
Whoa, no.
Well, consensually.
But even then, thank you, Case.
Always consensual.
Goodness gracious. No, because you know what else that happens? In hotel rooms, and that's what everybody thinks.
Well,
don't turn the black light on.
Well, I think that's why I'm 10 toes down. Yes, this is the spot because A, I'd rather pay the damages, quote unquote, that could potentially come from it instead of cleaning it up myself, and it's already disgusting in a hotel room that you might as well add to the party. I'm 10 toes on this.
I don't want somebody else's party in my party.
Well, I think somebody else's party's already been in your party no matter what.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's kind of how I feel.
But I don't want my party like that much into the party. Don't ever touch the curtains. Don't ever touch the curtains. Like use your foot.
It's like a melting pot of things. Why not?
I want neither melting nor pots. Hard pass. I'll use my own establishments. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Are you blushing right now, Danny?
No.
Oh, okay. Is that just Josh over here blushing?
No, I'm not blushing. I'm the power of Christ compels me. I don't want anybody else's stuff touching my stuff. No.
10 toes down. The hotel room on a staycation does not feel good.
I mean, what are we talking? Are we talking like, if staycation? How far away are we going?
Use me for an example. You for an example. You're an hour away from home.
Yeah, this feels like it's more than a staycation though.
For you?
For like just because
the distance,
the other side
you're
of the river.
You're in a different state, different county,
state,
man.
I mean, like that feels a little bit more.
When was the last time you were in Washington?
Oh boy, maybe last year here.
Yeah, see, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't ever cross the river for anything. I'm trying to think have I been up here for anything else recently.
Now, unfortunately, I have ditched my wife, and it's just me here tonight. Mm-hmm. She's at home with the kids doing the real parenting. So shout out to my wife as well for doing the real work.
Mm-hmm.
I live 11 minutes away from here, and I am 10 toes down stoked to have a hotel room tonight. I'm going to take a probably 25, 30-minute shower as hot as I want it.
That you don't have to pay for?
That I don't have to pay for. I'm probably going to raid the mini bar. Don't tell Red Sox fan Cooley that. Let's see. I will definitely sprawl out in the bed big time, and I'll probably leave the TV on all night.
That's the one thing I'll do.
And my choice of temperature. I wonder if the window's open.
They probably don't.
They probably don't for safety reasons.
Yeah.
Because if the window's open, dude, man.
It's on like Donkey
That's
Kong.
what I'm saying. Look, the wife and I, preschool, she's wonderful. We all kind of know the temperature of the house and what we like, what we don't like. She tends to sleep out of the covers. I definitely want in the covers. We got a good kumbaya thing going there. But when you're on your own, man, you're up to your own devices. I just got to make sure I go to bed before 1 a.m. tonight. That's the only rule I got tonight.
I'm a big proponent of...
and I'm going to try to go to bed at 10, but I'm going to give myself a 3-hour window
you're not
there.
going to bed at 10.
Maybe.
I'll take the line on that.
Ooh.
Taking the over.
I'd take the over, too.
Yeah. When we were in Baltimore, I may or may not have broken the thermostat in my room because I cranked that thing down I think it was legitimately 54. Oh, yeah.
Chattering.
Buddy, it was I walked back into the hotel room one night, and even though it was 28 degrees outside, I wanted the room as cold as humanly possible, and I was able to gently pull a single blanket over the top of me and be perfect. And I was like, because normally, I pull the blanket over and I'm like, nope, this ain't going to work.
I don't understand. I used to work for a company, and my boss, I won't name his name because there's a good chance he's listening right now. Once, I never stayed with him in a hotel, but I've heard from other coworkers when I worked there that he wants the thermostat at 77.
Oh, cool. So I'm going to murder him.
Yeah.
You do that in my room, I'm just going to strangle you.
So we argue about this in the studio sometimes when it's an ice box, and it bothers me in the studio sometimes. Not in my house because I love being under the blankets. I like blankets all over me. So if it's 67 in the room, I'll put more blankets on.
You can only get so naked.
Boom.
You can always put on more layers.
I'd rather have cold than hot.
Yes.
I'd rather have 30 degrees outside than 100 degrees outside.
That's tough. I think I'd rather.
I'd rather have 85.
Well, sure,
but 100, dude, 100 is rough.
It's got to get for me.
I hate 100.
For me to not want to do the 100, it's got to be colder than that.
All right, we got some more 10 toes down. You can get yours in 503-864-6326. That's the fan text line. When we come back, we'll hang out with a little more 10 toes here. We'll get to let's talk some gambling, some casino ideas here. Are you a counter person or a kiosk person? Can't wish you watch this. I'm confident in mine. We'll toss it back home to lowercase with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, March Madness is officially here. TCU got the first win of the day, taking down 8th seed Ohio State 66-64, and Nebraska took down Troy with a commanding 29-point victory. Final on that one was 76-47 as the Huskers pulled away from start to finish. South Florida is trailing to 6th seed Louisville. That game is well into the second half as Louisville leads 72-61. And we are on upset watch in 2 games as 12 seed High Point trails by 7 to 5 seed Wisconsin, and Siena has a 10-point lead over Duke. McNeese State will wrap up our morning slate of games as they face off against Vanderbilt, and McNeese State is out to a 7-point lead early. A quick NBA update for you as your Portland Trailblazers took down the Indiana Pacers 127-119. Donovan Clingan posted a double-double, but it was Denny Avdia leading the way once again for Portland. He posted 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Portland will take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota tomorrow at 5 p.m. And Detroit Pistons star Cade Cunningham will be sidelined for an extended period of time as he has been diagnosed with a collapsed lung. The Pistons announced this morning that Cunningham has a left lung pneumothorax and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks, meaning he will miss at least 8 games. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue.
I was sitting here in 10 Toes Down live from Tom's Watch Bar at Alen A Casino and Resort up here in Southwest Washington. My city is my town, my home. You know I've said this to you a million times, Danny, that I 10 toes down think Washington is the greatest state in America.
I think you're quite wrong, but that's okay.
What is the greatest state for you?
I love Texas.
Yeah?
I love Texas.
You can't count like economic, political stuff, because I know you love the no sales tax. Outside of that, what is it about Texas you love?
I love
food's great.
Food great. Weather great. I love being on a lake or a river in Texas. It's
and I've never been to Texas, so I haven't experienced it.
There's just something about it. Culturally, I like it. Even though I'm not a huge cowboy, outdoorsy type of person, I do enjoy it. Like if you're giving me the option between cold, rainy, wet but green, but having to trade off like more warmth over a given year, give me the warmth. That's the only thing about Texas that I don't like is that it's flat.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot of action.
You don't get a lot. Now you can go down to the border, and there's some topography down there. Like you can go get that, but in general, it's pretty flat. That's really only the drawback for me as far as Texas goes. But love the food.
Yeah,
love the food. Whether it's Tex-Mex or Max or Texas barbecue, I will 100% get down on Texas.
And I choose Washington because it's mine.
It's my island.
It's my island. That's my state. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. This texter, I live in Milwaukee and will staycation at McMiniman's Troutdale. Amen to that, brother. I can't tell you how many times I have, even when I lived in North Portland, if I caught a show at the Crystal Ballroom on a weekend, I would get a room at the Crystal Hotel. I would, because it's fun to just especially if you're downtown. Now Troutdale's cool because that McMiniman's is out there, so you kind of feel like you're in the country a little bit. But also, I never go downtown Portland. Even when I lived in North Portland, I never go downtown. So you can almost trick yourself into thinking you're downtown in a big city and you don't know it.
No.
I would suggest it to you once, Danny. You might like it. Catch a show and then...
I did it once.
Not your thing?
And I was like, why did I spend this money for this? I could have just drove home and been much more comfortable.
On a side note, we are in a serious situation here for a hot second. Siena is up 33-24 on Duke. Yes, I said that correctly.
And we are more than 5 minutes into the game to where it's actually okay, my eyebrow's up.
16 seed Siena 33, 1 seed Duke 24 with 5.5, almost 6 minutes to go in that.
This would be the single biggest upset in NCAA history.
Politics aside, Idaho is a very underrated state, especially if you're an outdoorsman. Ooh, I will 100% back that. Idaho is beautiful.
Coeur d'Alene is stunning. Boise rules.
Just don't talk to anybody out there. Just don't talk to anybody. All right, I got to ask you this, Danny, because I think we're on different sides of the aisle here. 10 toes down. Should you place your bets at the kiosk or the counter?
I like the kiosk if you're gonna do it because you can get the live numbers right then, right there, just boom. Because it's gonna keep if you're looking to do something live. But other than that, I get the whole, you go to the cage kind of thing. But I like the kiosk if you're trying to min-max it, if you will.
Look, I've probably gambled legally, not counting the push-button machines. I've probably sports gambled. Let's say around number 25 bets. Okay, 25 bets. Usually, I think 23 of them are up here, 2 in Vegas.
There you go.
I am a firm 10 toes believer that you got to go to the cage, man. You got to talk to somebody. The guy at the cage today, when I put in my parlay bet, he goes, dude, this feels like a winner. And it busted on the first one.
Yeah, that's
so
why.
Now I get to be mad at him instead of my
cage.
But now I'm mad at him instead of being mad at myself for making poor bets. It's his fault, not mine.
See, he told you it was a winner because he knew it wasn't right from the gate. Because he looked at you and went, "This guy doesn't know what he's doing. This guy has no clue."
What does a gambler look like? How do you know?
Well, somebody who loses money or somebody who makes money.
No, if you're working the cage, how do you know that this guy is a loser or a winner?
You see him a lot.
That's it?
I think that's a pretty.
But what if you see him a lot because they're dominating?
I don't think you see those guys a lot. I think they come and go, and then you don't ever hear from them again. Or you don't ever see their face because they don't want their knees broken.
That's
why
true.
the machine exists, It's sure, if you ever now and then, don't be wrong, it's really fun to go to the cage to catch the one that hits.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. You get to have them watch it counted out in front of you instead of having the machine go having them counted out in front of you. It's awful tasty.
Yeah, come check out your bets here. Play hooky with the fan for Fan Madness. We want to thank our good friends at Window Nation, George McCoy, Warren Allen, attorneys at law, Cricket Wireless, video only, and of course, Alen A, Tom's Watch Bar. Luke Anderson in the building right now, just showed up. Things are getting spicy around here. Things are getting spicy. I will tell you this, Danny, the one time that I strutted to the cage back in October, I was like, I got this bet. I was like talking to myself as I was coming in. Do I say something to the guy in the cage? Am I like, how you like that bet? You know, and I walked up and I was like, I'd like to cash this out, sir. And he looks at it, cashed out, and handed me some money. And he goes, would you like to place a bet? And I was like, no, man, I felt pretty good about that one. He was like, yeah, next.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
You're looking.
I hurt my feelings.
Yeah, you're looking for a little bit of validation in a spot. They're not gonna give it to you.
I want. That's the only thing is maybe I need the cage to have a little bit better bedside manner.
I don't know if you're aware of it. That's not what they're there for.
Well, that's bullshit, man.
Have you ever sat down and played a card game and watched somebody steal your soul and laugh at you while they do it?
Yes, blackjack.
I watched.
Sucks.
I watched a buddy of mine in Vegas this past year like lose $5,000 in like 4 minutes. And I'm just sitting there going, oh no. And she's just sitting there smiling and laughing the whole time. Ha ha ha! It sucks. It's your bet, sir. Ha ha! And there goes your money. And you're just sitting there going, hey. And that's how you end up at a Backstreet Boys concert the next night.
Dope, dude.
Yeah.
Watching King of the Hill in your hotel room.
100%. Is that what you're going to watch tonight?
No, I can't watch that show.
Oh, yeah. Not even by yourself, huh?
No. It's just a no. I do think I might hit some card tables tonight.
There you go. You ever done that before?
Not really.
Okay. I'm interested to watch.
I have in video games.
I'm interested to watch.
Can I like not bet $20 a hand?
There's some. You just got to go around here and find some different tables. They've got some lower stakes hands.
How do you 10 toes feel about the Hold'em non-Hold'em situation?
What do you mean?
Well, they have like games that are kind of like Hold'em, but I don't think they can play Hold'em.
Oh, they did not have the rights for it?
I believe, if I heard, and this could be bad takes exposed, but I believe they don't touch those because the OG casinos in the center have that.
Oh, okay.
That was the, like, they had to know this place was going to come in and just absolutely dominate.
Yeah. But
so they got to give something to the OGs that are on the other side of the freeway.
I hadn't noticed. I hadn't looked. So, but like if I remember going to sit down at a table and play, Hold'em or blackjack or what I play. So.
Yeah.
That's how
blackjack
it goes.
might be the best.
Yeah. Simple.
I wonder who's going to get into craps. You know Cooley's getting into craps.
I was saying, you're going to go out there and throw some dice?
I'll throw. I just don't understand how to bet.
I'll just have them walk you through it. I'm sure they'll gladly take your money.
Well, I know they'll gladly take my money, but I don't really have money to give away.
Sure you do.
It's like a strip club, man. I don't got money for that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To have nothing?
No, I mean, you're going to do really well on your parlays.
I don't want to throw dollars at a strip club knowing I'm going home empty-handed, if you catch my drift there.
I mean, there's a pretty strong possibility you're going to do that here, too, as you've already ripped up one ticket. How many others you got?
I only have one so far.
Okay.
I'll put some more gambles in later in the day.
Okay.
Later in the day. Let's get you an update on some scores here in men's college basketball. Siena's up 35-26 on Duke, and it's 3.5 till half. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it there. Wisconsin, 82-81. High Point just hit a three to go down by 1 point with 55
South Florida
seconds.
cut this thing to 6.
South Florida is down 6 with a minute and a half left to Louisville. Vanderbilt is also currently losing by 6 to McNeese. And we are moments away from Michigan State, North Dakota State starting. That's a 105 tip. This place is about to get real wild. Come up here, hang out with us. It's been a fantastic morning so far, and it's about to get more wild. When we come back, closing arguments to send you on your way. 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
Edmonds works around it. Harding on a kick. Punch. Gets it inside. Edmonds for the lead. He's got it. The layup goes with 4.1. Wow.
That's Iron Eagle on the call. CBS, TCU takes down Ohio State 66-64. 4 seconds is enough, but Ohio State did not have the shot. It was a bad-looking shot, but it had to go up. TCU victorious. This Easy Play brought to you by Homesy. Use Homesy's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Homesy. That's Homze, Homesy.com.
We just finished our roof and siding with Homesy. I got a clear.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Boy, this day flew by. Mm-hmm. This day flew by. We are sitting here just staring at giant televisions right now. 45 seconds left. Wisconsin up 82-81. High Point with a shot. It misses. Comes down with the rebound. Wisconsin. Look at me doing a play-by-play right here. I always wanted to be a play-by-play
It's
guy,
fun, buddy.
Danny.
The crazy thing here is for High Point, they've got a player named Chase Johnston who has not made a single 2-point field goal in his career or in this season. He has 0 made twos, 68 made threes, and he's one of the reasons they are in this game now.
68 made threes, no twos
all season long.
He literally just sits at the line.
That's why you're watching, and that's oh my gosh, that might be his first 2.
High Point just hit a shot, 83-82, 10 seconds left.
He may have just scored his first 2. I didn't see what it was. Oh, was that Johnston? It was.
Is that your
guy?
guy?
That was literally his first 2-point field goal of the season.
His first 2-point field goal of the season is a 12,
insanity.
upsetting Wisconsin in 5. Dude, we said this at the beginning of the show. Wisconsin can beat anybody.
And lose
they can
to anybody.
lose to anybody. Let me throw you some crazy stats here as they're in timeout. High Point, Wisconsin. Sienna's still up 43-32 over Duke right now. Sienna is shooting 57% from the field and 50% from downtown. That's how they're doing this.
1, 2, 3. Ooh, might have traveled there, but we'll go with that.
NBA travel there?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a gather step.
43-32 Siena over Duke right now with 36 seconds left in the half.
We'll see what that looks like in the second half.
I know. Maybe start throwing some oops or doing something crazy.
But this is also where the whole when a team the team's spread is 30.5. I'm like, that's why I don't touch these.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, you never should. Well, just a reminder, we want to thank our good friends at Window Nation, George McCoy, Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Cricket Wireless and Video Only, and of course Alen A and Tom's Watch Bar. Come hang out, guys. It's going to be fantastic. Luke's doing 2 hours today, 2 hours tomorrow. Prime time will be up here. Games all evening. What are the games you're looking forward to the most later on today, Danny?
I mean, day 1 and day 2, it's really about just seeing
kind of just anything.
Yeah, it's do we get an upset, and what do the best players in the country look like? That's really what I want to see. What are the NBA prospect players look like when the lights are on? Like, those are another evaluation standpoint you can kind of operate on as we start gathering data as we get closer and closer to the NBA draft. It's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen.
It is going to happen.
Our first
High
upset.
Point up 83-82 over Wisconsin, 1.6. They have been fouled. They will go to the line. I mean, dare I say, you could miss this, and I don't know if there's enough time.
Wisconsin does have a timeout.
Okay.
So that you can't miss it and let them get a rebound.
15 seconds left in the Louisville game. They are up by 5 and now by 6. You could probably put that on the board.
Good job by Louisville to keep South Florida at bay. They definitely went cold there for a while. There was not a lot of scoring in that game for about 5 minutes.
The first game of the afternoon slate, 3:50 tip, is VCU at North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about VCU, but I do know that since Caleb Wilson's hand has been a problem, so has the offense for North Carolina. Guard play has not been good over the last few games. I believe the only teams they have beat are bottom of the ACC teams since Caleb Wilson's been out. That's a fascinating one for me. I think the big game tonight, honestly, and it's really cool that it's in town, is Texas BYU.
Yeah,
I think that's the game of the night tonight for me. I mean, I'm stoked to watch. I'm stoked to watch Kentucky and Santa Clara. Curious to see how that goes. Oh, that's tomorrow. My bad. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. But for me, it's can they put their foot on something and DeBonsa say, I'm the guy, I will make this happen, also take me number 1 overall?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the biggest storylines coming out of this is the fight for Cam Boozer, Darren Peterson, AJ DeBonsa, who's going to be number 1. And then kind of like, do you get a sorting hat from Darius Acuff? Does, Kingston Flemings go out there and stun on him? Does Keaton Wagler for Illinois really show up in this moment? Like, I think there's a lot of different opportunities here for a lot of different guys to really put a show on.
Yeah, to your point about how it shouldn't really change your draft status, prospects are already kind of known. The NBA's already kind of got a pretty good idea about who they like in the draft. Look, I don't think a Cam Boozer going out, like if they go down to Siena today, I don't think Cam Boozer all of a sudden is not a top 3 pick. But if Arkansas goes on a run, if Arkansas goes on a big run, Danny, I'm talking a Final Four run, Acuff could jump Caleb Wilson. If he's the big reason why.
Yeah.
That is when things can go.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what you're talking about. Unfortunately for Caleb Wilson, with the injury, he had an opportunity where he could maybe move from
4 to 3,
or even 2. There's a couple executives in the league that I've talked to who said the same thing of like his floor basically is 4 unless somebody really goes bonkers and all it takes is one GM to fall in love with somebody. All it takes is one GM to drive 2 hours in the snow to watch CJ McCollum play at Lehigh and fall in love with a guy, right? So
he got 2 deals.
Yeah. And again, congrats to CJ. I'm never going to get mad at a player for getting the bag, but that same GM got really excited about Zach Collins.
Right.
All it takes, and for all the love that Sam Presti gets, took Ousmane Dieng over J-Dub.
That's true.
It's not an exact science, and so
and I still live that maybe 4, 5, 6 might move around. 1, 2, 3, in my opinion, is going to go what player fits you best.
Yeah,
honestly,
I think people have it just because the talent is so overwhelming, and
or Peterson is your lock for one.
Well, Peterson's your lock for one, and just keep this in mind. Peterson is a guard, which is the most air quotes commonly replaceable. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wisconsin had a chance, and that's it. It goes official.
High Point takes down Wisconsin 83-82. That's the big one of the day.
High Point, a made-up university.
That's a 12 over a 5. Yeah, what the hell is High Point?
That's what Wisconsin's asking right now.
We were just headed to the border, officer, for some French fries and gravy, sir.
But also, South Florida, Louisville, it's 5 seconds to go, but it is a 4-point game. So
is Reggie Miller on the court?
Not yet.
McNeese State got a 28-23 lead over Vanderbilt right now. Siena's got an 11-point lead over Duke at half, guys.
I'm going to take Duke to not only erase that, but double it back up. They'll win by 18 or more.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. What are you going to have for lunch, Danny?
I don't know.
This is weird. We haven't talked food all day.
No, I know. The menu here is pretty good, but also they got a couple little spots over here. I'm going to take a look and see what we got, but I think the menu here is usually pretty solid.
I'm going to try to wait till the afternoon. I'm going to try to wait to have a beer until I check into my hotel.
I will not be drinking, so I'm good. I got a lot of driving. I'm going to hang out here, and it's
yeah. Did you decide? Are you going to go see DeBonza?
Probably not. I think I'm going to head back. The lady's taking a long drive, so I got to make sure she's all ready to go before the trip. And because my next couple of days, I'm working back here, driving home tonight, coming back tonight, spend the night probably, and then getting up, doing the show here again, and then got to go down to the TV station, do that, and then after that, do the post game, and then drive up to Seattle. So
are you coming back here tonight?
That's the plan.
Are you going to check in with me? You going to let everybody know what great state I'm in tomorrow morning?
Well, you're in the great state of Washington right now.
The best state in the world. What's everybody freaking out about?
I think the cover.
Oh, the cover.
Yeah.
What was the spread?
I see
3.5. There it is.
It's a 4-point game.
4-point game. That amigo right here had 3.5. Let's really hope that didn't go over the air.
Yeah, that's one of those things that kind of happens, man. That's the first game we had, the 2.5-point line didn't hit. It was a 2-point game, so that's where you hear the roars, and here you go. It's the simple things here where a guy who did not hit a single 2-point shot this entire season.
Only threes,
hits a 2-point shot with 11.7 seconds remaining for High Point, and that ends up being the difference in a school called High Point sending Wisconsin home and getting our first major upset of the tournament with 12-seeded High Point knocking off 5-seeded Wisconsin.
I don't know the guy's name, but I guarantee you the head coach at High Point is going to get a job not at High Point next year.
Well, not only that, I'll tell you this. You remember Jack Gokul at Oakland?
Yes, sir.
The NIL deals that came out of that. This kid right now, Johnston, he's going to get an NIL deal.
Well, who's what's the name of the coach at UP? He came from Montana State.
Yeah.
They won some games, and he brought his whole crew over with him. That's how this thing works.
It's
Ensign,
things.
when he got the USC job after Florida Gulf Coast.
You're like, hey, why not go ahead and figure this thing out?
I'm telling you, dude, if Jerry McNamara beats Duke, if Siena takes down Duke, Jerry, you can put it on the board. 10 toes down, he will be the next head coach at Syracuse.
To be honest, he probably just with his first half performance got a job.
Just got that job. I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Ironically, I had a couple people who are Syracuse alums text me saying, "Send me Jerry McNamara" or some version of that. So, I mean, where did he play?
He played at Syracuse.
So I don't think it's a shock. Where's Siena at?
I have no idea.
It's New York.
Is it in New York?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't got to move very far.
No. It shouldn't be too much of a shocker here.
I'm 50-50 right now in my bracket.
Oh yeah.
2 wins, 2 losses.
Did you pick High Point?
No.
Oh, okay.
I picked Wisconsin.
I'm batting 100 outside of the High Point.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. A big shout-out to Josh, our engineer, to get this thing going. We'll keep riding the rest of the night. Luke Anderson's up next, then primetime. And thank you to Casey Smith back home holding the fort down. For Danny Morang, I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.